All right, we are
Live.
live.
Yay. Awesome. I'm gonna do like a little micro study of this character. Maybe I'll animify it and kind of paint it a little bit.
I'm not really sure what to do exactly today. I might attempt the daily in a fun way.
Are you gonna stylize it? Hello, Lexi. Hey, Evie. Hey, Fico. Fico Riggs. Awesome. Hey, Dahlia Sasuke. April. April? Is that how you pronounce it?
What?
On TikTok.
Oh. Hello, welcome. How is everybody doing? I should ping.
We're doing good. Hey, hello, Anon. Pronounce like the month April. Oh, okay. I think that's a really cute username. Never miss your live streams. I'm from Mexico. Hello from Arizona. I'm very glad that you don't miss our live streams. Very nice.
There we go.
Displaced Hope. Hey, hello.
That's awesome.
Really appreciate your support.
Hiya.
Ooh. What is this collar doing? Okay, there's a ribbon right here.
I'm not really sure. I guess maybe I'll do the daily today.
Sure.
How is everybody doing? What's everybody up to?
Hey, Fox. Your favorite show seemed to have started, huh? Witch Hat Atelier, was it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's her favorite show.
Favorite
With all the
manga
spam,
series?
I would say it probably is.
It's funny. Yeah, yes. Hey, Tuna. Let's see, Cody McKay, hello. Violet, hello. It's probably my favorite. Nice. It's honestly good taste. Really nice. I honestly really like the first volume of Witch Hat Atelier. I would probably get more of the volumes sometime. Who's this? Oh, I don't know. Just this girl, and I was like, you know what?
Hello.
I'm gonna do like an animified version of
Just noticed you popping up in my YouTube feeds. Hello, welcome.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome. I'm glad. Invasive, intrusive recommendations.
I'm practicing for quite a while, but when looking at references, etc., I cannot do the face. Tips? I mean, like, if I were to look at this and do the face, I would first of all find, like, what angle is this face in? So, like, I could imagine a box around it. So, like, here's the top of my head, here's the side of my, here's, like, the front of my head. And if I were to draw a box, this is generally the perspective that this is in. And so my proportions will kind of go in this perspective. And then once you have that established perspective, then you kind of construct, and you can construct using different methods. You know, you can start off with a box as like a general perspective, or you can just use like very simple head planes, like, you know, your sphere, your chin, and kind of include like a little mask like this. So this is kind of like a mixture of a box and a sphere. So like here's the side of my face, here's the front of my face, and it's exactly like this. It's just slightly modified. How much art should I put on a portfolio as an illustrator?
It depends on what you want to get hired for.
That's true.
Heck, people get hired off of one image. Depends on the level.
Yeah.
I would say not a ton, probably. I would say it's funny because most people who are trying to get hired as an illustrator do not even have enough artwork to fill a single portfolio. That's like almost everybody I talk to. They're like, how do I get hired? Here's my portfolio. And it's like 3 pieces.
Yeah.
And they just don't have any other work. But I mean, I wouldn't make it like 50 images unless it's good. Like, that's the thing. It just doesn't really matter that much. Like, if your portfolio is insanely good, you could just have like an endless scroll of art and you'd still get hired.
It's more about the quality. I mean, as an illustrator, like what work, like, you know, if you're going by illustration wise, like how good is your work?
Yeah. And you give advice on how to not focus so much in detail? Squint.
Squint.
Barely open your eyes. It will eliminate a lot of detail. In fact, I should be squinting.
Yeah. Colton's doing a still life study from our daily challenges.
Yeah. I would say squinting helps a lot. Pretty much every teacher I've had says squint.
Mm-hmm. Let's make this face more attractive.
It will reduce information and detail. Also use larger brushes. That goes for traditional and digital.
Mm-hmm.
Especially painters.
Yeah, because when you use a small brush, that is detail mode.
Yeah. Try to use large brushes, large strokes. Maybe think before each stroke. Like if I'm doing a sketch, I'll tend to spend a little bit of time thinking before placing down a mark, maybe.
Mm-hmm. How do you draw hair? I'm currently practicing hair, and I just need the structure. Yeah, we can talk about hair a little bit.
It's fan art. Okay, I don't know exactly what you're trying to get hired for. It's mostly about the quality of your work. Like, how you arrange your portfolio is not nearly as important as the quality of the work in the portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it just doesn't matter that much. Start and end with your best work.
Yeah.
And, you know, put some good hope. Like, ideally, it would all be great. But I would say, you know, starting and ending with your best work.
Let's see here.
How do you draw hair? OMG, show what? Drawing.
Show what?
Oh, I literally just started. Like,
Oh.
it's super rough.
Yeah, I can cover how to draw hair.
Drawing whilst watching you guys. Awesome.
Nice.
Wrong
lasso tool.
My dad got me Evanescence tickets for my birthday. That's
gosh,
fun. Aren't they
really?
like super old now?
Oh my gosh. I think, yeah, they are
Are
pretty
you gonna
old
go
now.
see like some
Lucky?
like aunties and uncles in concert? Wake me up inside. What?
I would be there. I want to go to.
I know, I wanna go to that too.
concert. I love Evanescence so much.
What?
Wait, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Keep doing that.
They are.
Her
Any
her voice is
illustration?
still so peak. Any illustration? I would say pick a direction.
Yeah. Pick the person who's asking about portfolio.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. You maybe 15, 20 of your best works probably. See how that works. Are you applying to places? Or are you hoping to just get hired from people kind of coming by? Yo, unspeakable. We had that comment yesterday too. Sometimes we'll go like a month or two without any comments, and then all of a sudden like 50 people over a couple streams are like,
It's unspeakable, so this is where unspeakable went. Yeah.
I don't know. I never watched Unspeakable, so I don't know what he sounds like. I can't like copy him.
This is Procreate.
Where do you get that doll head? Oh, this.
Oh, this.
Well, if you must know, if you look closely at the bottom, it says Anime Academy, and they're actually ours.
Mm-hmm.
You can get them on our TikTok shop. They are on sale right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They're awesome. They really help with different angles, like free run angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, there it
there
is.
we go. That very extreme foreshortened angle.
Upper, lower angles. It comes with a set of 2, and they're nice.
Mm-hmm.
You can go check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
On our TikTok shop, Draw Anime Academy.
Yep.
Buying right now. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're sick, dude.
I love these models. I use them all the time. They help you find guidelines. We have like rough guidelines of the brow and like the nose area, and so that helps with perspective and everything.
Yep.
But yeah. Is it bad that I don't use guidelines but I'm able to make my art look exactly what it's supposed to?
Nope. I mean, if it comes out perfectly, then why would you need guidelines?
Yeah. Guidelines are for people who just don't really know where to put it and they need a guide, you know. So
I want to get into character design for gaming companies. What kind of schooling do you recommend? Definitely, like if you want to get into character design, like character concept art and stuff, you're gonna need to take figure drawing classes.
Yes.
Take character like design classes, take general design classes. It's going to be fundamentals.
Yeah.
I know I have multiple friends who are character designers on different games. One of them was working on League of Legends stuff. Another one, a couple of my friends were on the Blizzard Overwatch team, and I know exactly what they took in order to get there because I was classmates with them. And lots and lots of figure drawing classes. Obviously, you're going to be drawing all the time. Like, you know, you need to practice a lot.
Yep.
In your general design classes, I would literally take character design classes from those people too. I know, what's his name? He taught class at Brainstorm. He was no. Yiming or something like that. Ymir. I don't remember his name exactly, but he was teaching a class at Brainstorm, and he was a character designer on Overwatch. He was I didn't know him personally, but he was a friend of my friend who worked on the Overwatch team as well. So they teach it a lot. Like they really teach a lot of it out there. I would look up, you know, character design classes and try to find people who are actively working in the game industry or have recently worked in the game industry, because some people just kind of switch to teaching later on. But yeah, you're going to take lots of figure drawing classes, and then you want to take your general foundations, right? Like a lot of people who go to Art Center end up getting hired as character designers, and they take their perspective, their draw through, you know, like Eric's class or Viscom, whatever you want to call it, like Scott Robertson book type stuff. You want to take, you know, your general rendering and color theory classes, and then if you want to work as a character designer, you're going to really specialize into figure drawing, shape and form language, depending on what game you want to work on. And I would take classes from actual character designers, try to find maybe a mentorship.
Yes. And we also offer fundamentals classes.
Which classes, so I can write this down? There's a school, there's a couple of online, there's websites out there. Okay, so one of them is Underpaint Academy, like Underpaint, like the layer under your painting. I would write that down, look into it. There's some pretty good teachers on there. Another one is Brainstorm School. I don't know if CGMA is still around or not, but Brainstorm School, they have some pretty good classes. Although I think they've kind of been lacking on the character design classes lately. You'll have people like Hitchum Hopchi doing workshops and stuff at Brainstorm. He's like a legendary character designer.
Design, would you say?
No, what was the crap, I can't remember now. Those are pretty good. That's a pretty good start.
That's a pretty good start.
And follow the people who work on games on Instagram. A lot of the time they'll have classes and stuff. Find the people who are working on whatever game you really like as character designers. Follow them on Instagram and stalk who they're following. A lot of the time they'll follow their past teachers. They'll follow their friends, and they'll do workshops and stuff.
Yes.
You do want to work for Riot? There's a guy that I know. He did some work for Riot. His name's Nicholas.
Oh.
You might be able to reach out to him and ask something. Right? Can you write his name down?
Yes, sure. Nicholas.
Nick Oei is his name. I've been meaning to try to get him on the channel.
Hold on, Nick. Oei.
That's 2 words. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's his name. I don't know what his online username is, but he did some work
it.
for League of Legends stuff. Look into actually, Qfang works at Riot now, doesn't he? He left Blizzard. QIU.
Okay,
FANG, I think.
Okay.
FANG.
Okay.
He's an artist that's working at Riot. Try to take a class maybe by TB Choi.
Oh yes.
TB Choi. She's really good. She's done work on a lot of those projects. She teaches classes. I think most of her classes are in Korean though. That's kind of all I know off the top of my head. That's a good start though. They'll do workshops and stuff.
How do I draw bodies properly? Start with proportion and the structure of the body. You can just construct it very simply, and then you add forms on top later.
Yeah, did you get those, by the way?
What? Get what? Oh, okay. Very helpful, and I've been struggling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad that you have, that's been helpful.
Yeah, if we don't get to your question immediately, don't worry. I I mean, I'm not promising every question will get answered, but we stream all the time.
Yeah.
It is not a life and death situation if you don't get a question answered within 5 minutes.
Yes.
And Gorilla Glue, the moderators will be probably more likely to mute you than pin your comment if you keep, like, complaining about not having a question answered.
Yeah.
Something about shoulders.
Shoulders. I mean, I usually simplify shoulders like spheres attached to a box. So like here's my torso or my rib cage, and then right after is my sphere, which is symbolic of my shoulder, and then here's my neck. And if you want to find the measurement from the center, it's basically just about like the size of your hand.
Yeah, I'll catch up on YouTube chat in a second.
Yep. And then right after the sphere, you add in your arm. But be careful to not make it too wide like out here if it's not going to connect to the box, right? It's got to connect pretty closely. And then you just kind of blend in your forms. Like here's your traps. Here's your deltoid, your shoulder muscle, and that like includes your shoulder. And then there we have our shoulders.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'll just draw a box and then attach a sphere like this, and I can just draw like the cylinder in any direction.
So what are you talking about, shoulders?
Shoulders, yeah.
Okay.
Just simple shoulders. So like here's the shoulder in a side view. And of course, like from the back view, you have your scapula, which, you know, is a floating bone. So like if you stretch out your arm even further, your shoulder may move. May go like this, and here you see your scapula.
Yes. There are over 300 people watching and asking questions, so if your question does not get answered immediately, it is entirely your decision if you take it personally.
Yep.
We have not talked to YouTube chat in like 5 minutes. New to drawing and stuff, I'm trying to do the PewDiePie 100 Days of Learning New Stuff, and I chose art, having trouble with drawing cute cheeks.
Cute cheeks, huh?
I'm not sure. Is there a question in there? I just came into the stream and heard my favorite video game, Overwatch. Awesome.
Aye, nice.
I haven't played it. I actually haven't played it at all. Cat jumped on my desk. Wait, are they reading chat from other platform like Twitch? Yeah, we're on TikTok as well. She normally attacks my Apple Pencil. TB Choi mentioned. Yeah, TB Choi's great. She's a very, very, very versatile artist.
Very good. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, super cool stuff. She does like workshops at Lightbox and online and stuff like that. Yeah, she does have a book. We have it. I think her class stuff is better, but the book is pretty solid.
Covers like the basics of character design and anatomy and stuff.
Learning how to draw the body. Should I prioritize gesture over form/anatomy? You can do both. You don't need to prioritize one or the other.
I think in some exercises you can say, oh, I want to focus more on the gesture part, and then I will, you know, and then you'll do several figures focusing on mainly gesture, and then later on you could do figures that are mainly focused on the anatomy part, you know, so you can choose.
What?
Huh? Oh no.
No, Applejack's not here.
Oh, okay, now he's not. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna color this right now. I'll color this later. People have been asking, where do I start with anatomy? I would, with learning it, I would take a figure drawing class. We have figure drawing classes in our anime art school, but generally they teach you a structure of how to like holistically view the body, rather than in compartments. So like, this is what a general structure can look like. This is how I'd like to teach. You know, here's like your proportion and gesture. You know, you can sometimes combine these steps into one. And just constructing the body like this first, and then you continue adding.
What are you answering right now?
Someone asked like, how do I learn anatomy, and how do I start?
Oh.
And I said, you know, take a figure drawing class. That will help you a lot with the structure. So like you can have a body that's just very simply composed like this, and then that gives you a head start.
What do you guys host your live class? We haven't announced the new one yet.
No.
Someone says this chat genuinely ruined my day. Y'all just rude. Feel like they were skipping my question. No, we're not skipping questions at all.
No,
I mean,
not
if
at
your
all.
day is ruined by a free art stream where we answer questions, that's totally your decision.
In fact, I actually
Like,
did answer your question about shoulders.
Yeah, and she literally went through the question too.
Yeah.
Not only did she answer your question, somehow your day managed to get ruined, even though your question was answered for free within like 10 minutes. But again, like totally up to you. Like, you know, we're just vibing here, having fun.
Yeah. Giving free art lessons, you know?
Thank you. Also, your hat looks nice. You're welcome. And thank you. I don't even know how to respond. They like my hat.
I love your live. I want to draw like this. Awesome. Well, you know, I think you came to the right place. We teach fundamentals. We have classes and stuff. So you can, you know, hop in and ask your questions.
Speed draw stream, I'm not sure. We just do them whenever we feel like it, like on brain rot days. And whenever we do speed draw, we don't YouTube stream.
Yeah.
It's more of like a silly thing that we do on the side. Hat propaganda is strong. Do you know Sam does art? Yeah, he's reacted to a couple of our TikToks.
Yep.
He's legit. He's a good artist.
So like this right here, this little 1, 2, 3 step is what I would do for anatomy. Anatomy is more like specific information. We kind of talk about this a lot, but this is what I would start with. Proportions and general gesture and thickness of the limbs. Then adding in more structure, like turning things into solid forms.
Yeah. You know he's memeing Michael, right? He doesn't care at all about the boxes. It's a meme.
Yeah. He'd use his boxes for sure.
It's just a joke.
Yeah.
Make non. Where did you get the anime head model? They're ours. Yeah, it is funny. I think it's funny.
These are ours, and we actually sell these on our TikTok shop, so you can check it out. If you're in the States, you'll be able to get it.
Available in the States on our TikTok shop. We manufacture them in our own home. They're actually being produced right now.
Yeah.
We have a whole like crate of them.
How much?
That are,
I think these generally run for how much is this?
they're on sale right now, so I think they're like $20, but you'll have to check.
$20.
Let me go check.
On our TikTok shop.
Here you go.
There they are.
Oh.
So, do y'all use Procreate or other drawing platforms? Yeah, I'm using Procreate right now. We also use Photoshop and stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a great model.
It's been 2 minutes and Colton isn't answering my question. Fox, the amount of spam we get from you in DMs.
More like Colton.
What do you think of Colosso? I have a couple classes on Colosso. I think it entirely depends on the teacher. Some people just aren't very good at teaching. Other people are really, really good at it. I think the artists on Colosso are legit. I think they're pretty good priced. I'm going through a class by Jewfoot right now. It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. Craig Mullins has a class on there. I really like his stuff. I mean, as far as I know, it looks good. How do you draw something majestic and atmospheric?
Depends on what the subject is. What do you want to be majestic and atmospheric?
Yeah. Use atmosphere? I don't know. It's kind of vague.
It depends on the subject and the mood and stuff. How to draw feet? Here you go. Cylinder for the ankle. Another cylinder for the front of your foot. A bullet shape for your toe, and then a kind of like a semicircle form for your heel. There we go. And make sure that this is gently arched so that you can turn it into a shoe later on. So another way how I like to draw feet is through wedges. So initially the wedge can look like this from its most simple form, but it can get a little bit more complicated. And I feel like this one is actually a bit more accurate. It's a wedge with an extra attachment, and it's more of like a box. Like this. So if you start from here, you can add your toes. Like you can segment this off and taper this in. And there you got like your toe box and the rest of your toes. Now this is a very rough drawing, but like, you know, I think it works pretty good.
Yeah. On your anime head models, the eyes are represented as flat. How do you decide when to add 3D form to eyes when you draw anime? Anime eyes generally don't have a lot of dimension to them. They're not really like real eyes. Like even in a side view, you can see that they don't look bad. They looked fine. I would say the only thing is the eyelashes don't actually stick out.
Yeah.
If you want to draw like a quick anime side view head or something, you, again, like, since anime is a simplification and a stylization, you can kind of interpret it how you want. Some people will make anime eyes stick out more.
Yeah.
Other people will draw them as almost entirely flat. But they are 3D. Like they're applied to a three-dimensional surface.
I mean, if you think about it, this shape right here, it is a three-dimensional form because it's a sphere with a wedge cut out of it. That's what it's doing. And then you can always add the lash as an extra attachment. So like this is literally that eye inside view.
Do you go to VidCon to see other content creators? No, I haven't. What's VidCon? How do I switch from drawing on paper to drawing on iPad? I would just say mileage. Keep pushing hard. It's awkward at first. It takes a long time to get used to. I would just, you know, maybe do a bunch of exercises, experiment around with different like brushes and canvas sizes and stuff. How do you not get frustrated? Drawing the head, mine always turns out lopsided even with guidelines. Oh, I do.
Oh, my heads can get
frustrated.
Lopsided for sure, yeah.
I do. How do the art classes you guys provide work? I mean, are you talking about the one right now? This is just free answering questions, teaching. We get, we go down little rabbit holes and stuff.
If you're talking about our art school, let us know.
Yeah, if you're talking about our anime art school, it is a year-long program. It's self-paced. There's a bunch of different classes. It is broken up into 3 different terms, and it is a fundamentals school. So it doesn't really teach how I do this or how the style works. It's more of like, here's a perspective class. Here's a figure drawing class. Here's a costume and clothing drawing class. Here's a painting class, and it teaches like, you know, like how to render objects, color theory. We teach foundation. We don't teach specific style so much. We're more of foundational stuff, anatomy, figure drawing.
Like, for instance, this is anatomy demos from the school. Torso, legs, arms in different angles. Colton teaches the perspective class, so stuff like this, interiors and exteriors, how to simplify backgrounds and stuff.
We have a style, but we don't teach the style. We teach foundation. So these are like general foundational principles, like, you know, how to think about environments and landscapes in terms of 3D, right? How to think of things in terms of overlaps to create depth. These are like general design principles.
Yeah, how to think about things in blocks. So it goes from this to this.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our anime art school. You can check it out here.
Right here.
Take a screenshot of that if you want. If I take a break from drawing any advice for a cute 3/4 view? I take a break from drawing for too long. It takes me a while to remember. Yeah, you have to like re-warm up.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you how to do that. Something that's cute and 3/4. I think the perfect one is that head right here. So we'll look at this. I would really keep in mind where's the chin length and how does the cheek kind of like bulge out, because the cuter the character, the more bean-like their head tends to be. So short chin, center line. This part doesn't get narrow like this. That's not really that cute. But
it could be, I guess.
I guess it could be with a
context.
but with a, I don't know, only a mother could love, I guess. But if you push out the cheek, you'd love it. If you push out the cheek just a little bit, like this, so it has like this bounce to the head,
or as one might call it, chub.
A little bit of chub, yeah, exactly, like this. Then it looks cute, and then you want to make sure that it doesn't like take its time to go down to the chin. It actually accelerates pretty fast, like an S curve. So like, look at this specific curve, and then look at your own drawing, and you're like, does this curve feel cute? Right? Doesn't have that like very petite, very, you know, chubby, cutesy look to it, right? And then of course you don't have to end with a point. You can end with a curve, and so you'll get an even cuter face. I mean, this is great for like chibis, for example. We have a chibi class, by the way. It's great for chibis.
Do you have a bubble in your thing?
I probably do.
It's like the voice gets like increasing, like I always have to be like, you know.
That's so true.
Okay, let's see. I see you already have some sketches of bodies. How do you exactly draw the body? Everything here is drawn on stream. So We're streaming on YouTube and TikTok, so if you really want to go see something that's already been done, you can actually go to our YouTube channel and rewind the stream. We also have every single live stream that we've done for like the last year on YouTube. There's literally hundreds of videos there of our live streams from the past. You can go check out any of them if you want as well.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of do like a quick thing of what I do for these bodies. Most of the time, I will kind of combine my gesture and my form and my proportions if I'm shorthanding it. So like most of the time, my block out sketches will look like this. Instant tubes, form, getting the proportions in, fixing things at this stage, and then, you know, you just kind of add more forms and you're like, okay, where's my elbow? Where's my wrist? Stuff like that. And most of my drawings will start off like this because it's just easy for me to get a head start.
Oh, we have the same name on every platform.
Yep.
So Draw Anime Academy. You can also find it on our TikTok profile, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
If I were to start from very, very much like the very beginning, and I was studying, I would generally start my figures like this. Almost like flat pieces of paper and sticks. And this is my proportion phase. Right, so my proportion phase is basically like a precursor to this phase, and this phase is a precursor to the one next, which is a more refined version, right? Like adding more anatomy and stuff. And I teach you guys the whole process in our anime art school, but like, you know, this is generally a process I go for almost every figure.
How do you improve rendering? Rendering is tricky because it requires an underlying ability to draw in 3D. Like, you can't render something unless it's sitting properly in space. Because when you light something, like light is a three-dimensional thing, coming and hitting a three-dimensional object. So there's a couple different tips with rendering. We could talk about that in a little bit if you want, though.
Yeah. Rendering is always a fun topic to discuss.
It is a fun topic.
So like this phase right here, I'm using to build up my final phase, which is making it pretty, which is adding anatomical stuff and adding more nuance to the figure. So like, oh, maybe making the forearms a little bit more thick, and then thinning it out towards the wrist. Maybe drawing more definition to the quads. And I'm doing this like a really shorthand version, but that is my process, because everything builds onto each other. I'm not doing this just magically from my head, from imagination. This comes from a lot of studying, comes from a lot of figure drawing studies, comes from a lot of gesture drawing, comes from a lot of anatomical studies, you know, just like this, right? I do this constantly. I teach you from the very beginning, flat planes to proportions to something that's more volumetric, and then you add muscles on top. Basically, muscles just form on top of form, right? And then you go into something that's a bit more comprehensive, where it's the whole body is involved. I teach you the torso, the legs, and the arms, and then putting them together to create something like this and a full body.
Could you talk about color theory, how to make art not look boring? That would definitely fall under design. Art tends to not look boring when it's like drawn with a solid foundation and it's also arranged in an aesthetic way, which would fall under the category of design.
Yeah.
Which is kind of something you can learn it, and you can also develop it just kind of by drawing a lot and getting a feel for what looks good. You know, people just have like a good sense of, they just know where to put stuff. Like they draw hair and it's just like, how do you know how to put the strand there? It's really something you develop.
It's like an intuitive thing.
Yeah, there's definitely an intuitive aspect to design, but you can also learn it. Like there's classes where you can learn it, like shape language classes and form language classes, and just studying the real world. But that would definitely kind of be along the lines of the answer to that question.
Yeah. Someone asked if we need to pay for the classes.
The Anime Art School, yeah, that is a paid program. You can check it out on our site. It should be in the description there.
Yep. Or take a screenshot of this.
Yep, you can take a screenshot of that.
How do I find a center point in perspective with a sphere shape or sphere form? I think honestly, any place on the sphere could be the center.
Yeah, it's where you decide it is.
Yeah, like the center could be here, and then that basically means that the sphere is rotated to the side. It
Yeah.
could be directly in the center, and that
Yeah.
is you're just front facing it head on, right?
It would be an ellipse. Like the center line would be an ellipse that goes through the sphere, and that sphere could be rotated at any
Angle.
any direction.
It could be like this. And
You
here's
decide.
the bottom, here's the front.
But once you decide, you have to be consistent with it.
I'll eat your skill someday. Oh no!
Oh, I thought you said skin. Oh my gosh.
Skin.
I'm glad it was that. How do I make my characters look more older or mature?
Without adding wrinkles or facial hair,
It'd be a proportional thing.
it would. Like, longer face, perhaps, and a more defined jawline if you're doing a guy.
Yeah, nice, Rick. Got the anime heads in the mail yesterday, and they look awesome. You also got Michael Hampton's figure book. Super excited to use them. Awesome. That's super fun.
That's great.
Congrats.
So, like, sharper jawline immediately shows maturity. Sharper angles in the cheek and the cheek and the brow shows maturity. The longer distance between the nose, the mouth, and the eyes show maturity. So, like, you'll see characters with smaller eyes. Smaller eyes look older, and with eyebrows closer to the eyes also makes them look older. So, like, look how much older this guy looks as compared to someone like this. I've changed the ratio of the features, and I've changed the length of the chin. So, like, which one look older? I'm doing a very exaggerated version of this, but that's basically what I think about. How do you get the angles of the eyes right? We have a video on our YouTube channel called How to Draw Both Eyes at Any Angle. You can check that out.
Yeah. What were you working on earlier?
I
Just
was
that
working
little
on
study
yeah,
thing?
just that little study, yeah,
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
I think of painting it, perhaps. Let's see. And we've had some hair questions. I can probably talk about that a little bit. When I think about hair, it's basically Play-Doh, but like more sculpted Play-Doh. So, for instance, when you're looking at this tube, this is a tube. It's not hair, it's a tube.
That's straight up a cylinder, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming from a point in the head, and it comes out like this, and then it turns into a cylinder that is facing up. And then the bottoms is just a bunch of mini cylinders. That's basically hair in a nutshell. Here's my bangs. It's another cylinder. Just imagine a cylinder going across the head that's a little bit more rounded, and then, and then just overlap the strands on top of that cylinder.
More cylinders.
More cylinders.
Hair is really just a bunch of ribbons or compound cylinders. If ribbons are too hard to think about, just think about it as like multiple cylinders connected together.
Yep. Any tricks for remembering the structure of the forearm? The placement of the brachioradialis can get hard to recall depending on the rotation of the arm. I totally
really
get
can.
you.
I would
totally get
recommend
you.
drawing arms from a bunch of different angles and also thinking about like the general structure. Like think about what the bones are doing underneath, right? Like your radius and your ulna. It's like if you're supinated, they're parallel. If you're pronated, it's flipping over. This one's coming from the outside and going to your thumb side, and the muscles get pulled along with those.
Yep.
That's kind of how I think about it. You kind of go like, okay, this is where this muscle attaches to the bone. If my bone goes like this, the muscle goes along with it. It has to flip, or it has to be like this.
Yeah.
I think Will Weston has some really, really good breakdowns of... I don't have any Will Weston work here. I think he has some really good breakdowns of how the muscles in the arm tend to work.
I think you could just look up Will Weston arm anatomy on Pinterest, and you'll be able to find it. What I would do is I'll have like a general rule where the brachialis goes. The brachialis goes on the outer arm. So like, if it's like your thumb facing this way, it's facing on the thumb side, and when it's flipping over, it's still peeking over the edge like this.
Yeah. Here's this. This is when he used to teach on a blackboard. I don't know if I can.
So like, here's my Actually, now that I am now that I'm looking at this, your forearm kind of also looks like a bowling pin. Kind of interesting.
It kind of does, dude.
Kind of does. So generally after your elbow, you're going to have this like wider area, and the brachialis is always, well, for the most part, going to be in this direction. This is like the outer edge of your arm. Not going to be on the inside, because this is your your flexors. Here's your extensors, and then your brachialis kind of follows this area.
What's the easiest way to learn full body proportions? I don't know if there is an easiest way, but a pretty effective way is to take a figure drawing class.
Yeah.
Take a figure drawing class. Really, really, really pay attention and do all the homework in the first couple of weeks, because those are extremely important.
Here, take a picture of this.
Yes, where you go through this sort of stuff. We do have a figure drawing class in our art school, but
yeah.
There's a lot of figure drawing classes out there.
Here we go. So yes, you can take a picture of this. I like to divide in halves and thirds. Oh, this is not working well on the camera, but you can take a screenshot. And then I just spam it over and over and over. You just gotta like, the way you memorize is by doing it a bunch.
It's through repetition.
It's through repetition.
You learn the process, and then you repeat that process until it's second nature.
Like,
hey, Tira.
hey,
Been a
Tira.
while.
Like, draw simple standing poses and just memorize the proportions that way, because you got to start somewhere. It's easy to draw a line divided in half and then put a person in it, because you know that your halfway point is your crotch. So like that means this and this is roughly the same size. Your legs and your feet are in this category, and you just do it over and over and over again. That's really all you have to do. Thank goodness.
This person's username is literally figure drawing. I love it. I salute you. Earlier you were using an anime style head for reference. Do you sell those? Yes, they're on our TikTok shop. They're only available in the States because TikTok will only ship it to the country you sell it in. But this is what they look like. They are available on our TikTok shop. They're available right now. They're on a discount. They're like 20 bucks, and they're super useful. I use them all the time.
For the person who's asking, how do you do faces and chins from every angle? This will help you a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Like,
you know, in fact, let's do one.
You wanna?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. I'll bring up some lighting reference really quick. These are really good because you can also light them.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay, I'm not gonna color this right now.
Where is that? Here it is.
I'm gonna extend my canvas. I'm gonna merge everything, because I'm getting overwhelmed by all of my layers. I like to keep a lot of my layers very organized. Not organized. I like to keep them all on the same layer. Ooh, that's great.
This one does not have lighting. I'm just gonna delete this stupid one.
So, if you want to draw faces from any angle, understand that this head is basically a box. So if you can draw a box in any angle, you can draw a head in any angle. It's just a more complicated version.
Yeah. Here we go.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's really good for lighting as well. It'll give you those lighting shapes. So it gives you the topology with the lines on it.
Ooh.
And it'll also give you some really, really nice lighting shapes that you can use to study. Both of them.
Look at that.
That's nice.
That's very nice.
But yeah, so you can do drawing studies, and you can also do lighting studies of them to memorize, you know, how the light works on it and everything.
We got a tablet question on TikTok.
Huh?
Tablet question.
Okay. Let me look. I don't know where it is.
It's Casey.
There we go. Sorry, we're building an evidence library for Huyon by taking screenshots of everybody who asks about what tablets we recommend. So I have to take screenshots every time someone asks about tablets. There's a lot of good tablet brands out there. I was actually very impressed with Huyon's affordability and quality. Like, you could get Wacom for sure, but a Huyon's like half the price and they work just as well in like my experience.
So this is a more advanced concept, but you know, I think you guys can handle it, right? If you want to draw heads from different angles, you can think of boxes in different rotations, and these are all just symbolic of what's happening with the head. So like, here's the front, here's slightly turned to the side. So this is the box, this is the angle it's in. You can see that there's like a 1:3 ratio. This side's the 1 and to 3. So a little bit sliver of the side and most of the front. As it turns, you get more of like a half and half ratio of the side and the front. And then this one is leaning more towards a side view. So I like to think of head angles like that. And if I draw it, here's my front. Looks like this. Here's my center line. And my eyes are placed here. And once again, anime heads and everything in between is all just form drawing. So if you can understand how to draw, or if you can draw a sphere and a box, you're already pretty much halfway there. So like here's my side of my head. It's only showing a little bit, but then here's most of my front. Boop. Like that. And this is also like a little muzzle, so you can think of the form like this as well. The muzzle comes up, bows out, and comes down like this. Think of it like those animal mascots from like Disney, or you can even think of them like little face masks. Like that. Can you make anime characters? Oh yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. Can I draw them? Yes, absolutely I can. What brush do you use on Procreate? You can get our brush for free on our profile.
Yeah, here you go. Channel of Ultimate Destiny. That's the link that they gave me when Huyon sent us a tablet a while back, and we were super impressed with it. Is this one, Canvas 16 Gen 3. And I thought it was awesome. And so they gave us a link to send people. There we go. And I posted it in the chat there. It's on our review video. But if you do end up getting a tablet, if you use that link, it will be credited to us, and we're trying to get sponsored by Huyon, so it will help us build the case. And then hopefully we can get discounts and stuff for people in the future. And that'd be sick. Where can I buy the anime heads? They're on our TikTok shop. But again, they are, there's a couple of requirements. Number one, you have to be in the States, or else it will not show up on your TikTok shop. Number two, I think you have to be a certain age, or else it won't show up either. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. Like, ours literally looks like this. You go to our profile on TikTok. Here's our profile on TikTok. And they're literally right there. For me. And for people who can see them, they will just be right there.
Yep. How do you draw heads looking up or down? Well, let's see.
They're just so stinking useful, you know?
They are really useful.
When will you ship overseas? We can't. TikTok shop will not let us. We'll have to set up a shop on our own website, which might take a while.
Yeah.
You sign each head? No, but they're all hand-drawn. So I guess, yes, maybe.
So here's your ball. Your chin comes up way shorter, and it actually overlaps this circle. So think of this circle as the cranium of the head. This is the back of the cranium. So notice where the chin is. It's overlapping it. It's like right here. And all my features will get constricted. So they'll like foreshorten. My eyes and my brows will get closer together. And my nose and my mouth will get a little bit further away. So everything starts moving up. And you really want to make sure to rotate your form lines to more of like a sphere form, because that's really important. And these are very difficult angles to do. So
They're very difficult. They're very unusual.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty decent at like drawing in 3D, which is a very hard skill to develop, by the way.
Yeah. So your ears are also lower on the head, just because ears show perspective. So when it's going down, look how much further it's going down, right? But when you're looking down at the head, it goes up. Weird, but you know, that's kind of how it is, right? Your nose comes up and overlaps your eyes. So here's your eyes. Your eyes get really squished. You'll also see the lower lid curling up like that. Oh man, this is a bad drawing. It's hard to make it look good. Eyebrows are closer to your eyes just because it's being foreshortened, right? Look how far away the eyebrows are to the eyes. Now it's gotten closer.
Will you guys ever plan to ship overseas? I would like to. It's a lot of work to set it up, international shipping for stuff, so it's definitely on our to-do list.
Now your mouth also wraps around in an upward motion, so that you can get something like this. And then afterwards you get your neck.
Do you have any tips for color theory or any clothes fold techniques? That's hard to say. Like skirts and shirts. That's easy to say.
That is easy to say.
Yes.
Yes, we do. We do.
We can talk about that in a little bit.
Yep. So here's head facing down. I prefer drawing heads facing down because it's easier. You don't really have to think about it as much. So your chin can be shorter as well, but the tapering of your chin is much faster. And then just make sure that when you're drawing your form lines, they wrap downward. They don't wrap up like this, or else it's a different perspective. So eyes are lower on the head. Brows are also lower on the head. Your nose and your mouth are basically nearly overlapping. So this automatically, just by placing these proportion lines, looks like you're looking down at it. And then your ears move up.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's under the mask?
Another
mask. Pretty cool, huh? What's that from, chat? You gotta know.
You gotta know, chat. If y'all don't know it, y'all ain't an anime fan. From the low perspective, how would you draw the jawline? Well, the jawline is assuming that you can see this. You won't really see it. It will just be like this really like massive taper, like a triangle. But you won't see this.
Kakashi.
Yes.
Yes.
Not Sailor Moon.
Not Sailor Moon.
Hey,
It
bestie,
is from Naruto,
Kayla.
yeah. Kakashi said it in Naruto when he took off his mask. It was another mask.
Yep.
Which has been repeated a bunch of times in different memes. People will take
has?
off their sunglasses and there's like another pair of sunglasses. It's so good.
Funny.
Hey, Kayla. Do you ever draw in traditional? Yeah, all the time.
Yep.
Where you get that head, we sell them on our TikTok shop.
Mm-hmm.
You can go check it out.
Yeah.
Wherever, I don't know. I have no
On
idea.
our profile.
Yeah. Are we in a relationship? We are indeed in a
Yes.
relationship.
What if we said we weren't? People would be like, no.
What's this,
thank
Harvey?
you, Harvey, for the galaxy. That's so
Harvey
generous.
sent a galaxy
That's so sweet.
on
That's a
TikTok. Thank you very much.
thank you.
I bought volume 1 and 2. Oh, did you just now?
Just now? Oh, sweet.
Awesome. Dude, we have so few volumes left. I put in a new order for our books, and it literally takes like a month to get here. So we're cooked.
Well, no, not. We'll just have to pause on our.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of books really soon. You will get yours for sure. No, I have it now. Oh, okay, you have them now.
Okay,
You got them.
got you. So this perspective of this head is basically this. Right? You see the correlation of boxes and heads? It's very similar.
According to our reference model here, anime heads are actually three-dimensional objects. Do not be deceived by the line work of anime. It is a 3D object. It still requires dimensional drawing and perspective. I'm sorry. You can never escape perspective. You can try, you can run, but you will not be able to hide. And this is my case in point.
Yep.
They literally are. Like, they use 3D all the time in different animes. Like, it's in perspective.
It is. Can you talk about how you feel when you see yourself leveling up, or a time when you felt excited about a sudden really nice level up in skill? I love when that happens. Yes, I actually have a very tangible moment, and that was during a stream. I remember I first realized I started leveling up by when I first did. Let me see where it was. Oh, when I first did this portrait of June, I was like, "Huh? Where did that come from?" I was like, "What?
Yeah.
I didn't know I could render faces like that." And then I just spammed it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need to like exercise this. I need to do more because I've just realized I can do it." So I definitely feel that.
Yeah, you want to know something crazy, chat? This, by the way, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. This is not just the 3 that you see here. This is our streaming iPad. This is only live streams.
Wow, look at all the drawings.
Dude, it just keeps going.
This is how
Only live streams, by the way.
Yep. Just keeps going.
There you go.
Just keeps going.
And most of those, like a lot of those, have multiple layers. Like, they'll have multiple pages full.
Do you want to talk about some color theory? I don't know. I know we've been kind of putting off that question.
color theory?
It's up to you. I don't like this head.
Maybe. I don't really know what to...
Maybe specify what kind of color theory questions you have.
Yeah.
Maybe that might make it easier.
What do you want to, okay, it looks like people do want to, learn about color theory. But I don't know what to do it on. Like, I need a subject matter of some sort.
Still life? I don't know. Do like an environment or something. I don't know.
How do you render faces? How to make colors cohesive? We can talk about that for sure. I guess I could just start by talking a little bit about the pieces that we did pretty recently on stream. So like color theory in here. So, you know, this is an artwork that Christine and I did pretty recently. If you're regular here, you've been coming here for a while, you'll definitely recognize this. We did pretty much all of it on stream live. And the color in here is like you've got a really cool desaturated atmosphere. So if I've got like a red object in here, let's just say red object is not going to look like this. A red object is going to be infected by the environment, and I'm actually going to get it, and it's probably going to be more like this. Right? It's going to like nuke this red color. It's going to like pull it towards gray because it's like being very affected by... Oh, there it goes. Weird. It's being very affected by the color of the atmosphere, right? If I had a yellow object, it probably wouldn't be like this.
That's full power yellow.
It's full power yellow. I would probably come down here and nuke it a bit and maybe do something like this, right? So if I wanted to draw like a floating yellow box in the sky, you know, we could probably do something like that. And then I'll have this side over here really affected. The ground, this is going to be affected down there. I'm using a pretty limited value range. And so now this yellow feels relatively comfortable in this environment.
Comfortable is a key word.
Comfortable.
Does it feel like it's in the space?
Yeah. And we could go maybe have a little bit warmer here. Maybe bring it a little bit more towards gray for the side right here. And that yellow floating box feels pretty comfortable now because it's being affected by the environment.
If it's red, should we use brown or to make it look like red rather than the red itself?
You can, but that would be like the color relativity.
It depends.
You can't just say yes or no to that because it's so contextual. You
would definitely get, like, in this environment, you would definitely get a more desaturated red. Just because it's affected by so much things. It's affected by the white of the like the fog. It's affected by the blue of the sky.
Yeah.
So
like,
you'll more so get like a grayish red.
If I had this box and I put it down here, not that it's in the right perspective, I'll have to redraw it really quick. If I have it here in the background, like I'm getting all this stuff kicked up by the ground, and it's going to really affect this. So I'll probably come even more into like grayish, maybe like that.
Ooh.
Right? And then let's just say we get a little bit of it hit from this corner. Right? So if I put a yellow object in the background, it might just look something like that, like a box kind of sitting on the ground. It may end up looking like that.
Should we develop our eye so we can achieve a good color?
I mean, yeah, I would definitely say you're always trying to develop your eye for sure. Right? There's like a yellow box sitting on the ground in the background.
Cheese.
And there's a yellow box in the sky. Yeah, it is cheese. We could do that.
I barely know how color theory works, so I literally just do it with my eyes until it looks good.
I mean, that's kind of how you do it. You think about it logically. You would definitely want to think about it like, you know, logically. There's like a big cheese or something, you know?
I think understanding that color isn't just about using the full range of color, but about like what's the subtleties, what's affecting it, and what tools can you use to get the color that you want. Some people were asking about skin color theory, which I mean I could talk about a little bit. So I'm just gonna draw a few faces and then we'll shade these guys. So let's this is how I generally think about skin. Skin can technically be any color. It's more about like how does it respond to light. So let's do this.
Yeah, skin, the illusion of skin comes through the material rather than the color, which is really, really important because when you have like, I don't know, someone being lit under candlelight or neon lights or whatever, like you create the illusion of skin through its interaction with the environment and the light, because skin is a material that light penetrates through.
Yeah.
And so you'll get subsurface scattering. It's kind of like halfway between reflective and matte. Mm-hmm. And it depends. Is the skin wet? Is it, is there a bunch
oily?
Is it oily? Is there a bunch of blood in the skin? Like, that's why you get different color zones in like the head and the face and hands and knuckles and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not so much about like, what color do I pick for skin? It's about creating the illusion of the material.
Yeah.
And that's why, like Christina, you have demos in the past you could just show really quick. Like, where are some of your demos of like skin? Like maybe that one? That June one right there?
Yep. That one looks like skin because it's behaving like it.
Yeah. But if you color sample,
it's purple.
It's purple.
It's purple.
But the relationship of the light and the shadow creates the illusion of skin because of how the color moves.
Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, you'll see me that I added like some subsurface scattering in the core shadow. There's like some bit of saturation. Bounce light tends to get a bit more saturated as well because it's going through like blood and stuff like that. I got other demos. Yeah, this one, these, same thing.
Look at this.
The yellowish gray, but it feels like a fair skin tone.
It's the same girl too.
It's the same girl.
It's like
exactly.
the last one was purple. This one is a yellowish gray. Mm-hmm. Same girl, different lighting and environment.
Yep, it's the relationship. So like, let me see here. Like sometimes some shadows will appear a little bit more saturated, but that's just because it depends on the environment. So you'll get nice warm bounce, which feels very skin-like. Sounds kind of weird. You'll get blush, especially in areas of like the cheeks. Skin likes to get more saturated in the shadows, just because we have blood, we have subsurface scattering. Here's another demo a long time ago. Let me go find it.
What if the background is white / no background? There is no possibility of no background because there's always an environment around something, whether it's a space where it's just black and there's no bounce light, or if it's like a light box or there's just complete bounce everywhere.
Yeah.
If it's like, there's always a background. Like, it always exists in a 3-dimensional world, whether you want it to or not. So you have to think about it. Like, if it's space and there's no bounce light, the shadows are just going to be black.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Like the moon.
Unfortunately, yeah. But like here. What I think about with skin tone and different lighting scenarios is I think of the base relationship without like it being affected by a dark blue background, for example. And then I just make sure that these relationships maintain in a darker environment. So like you can still tell that this is a pale color, even though it's not that same color anymore. It is literally dark gray, dark bluish gray. But it feels like skin tone because, you know why? Because the shadow has a bit of warmth. Same thing in here. Shadow likes to have a bit of warmth. So when I think about this, I think, okay, it's not necessarily in a white background, but more in a neutral setting. So in neutral settings, you'll generally get like a more of the true skin tone, like similar to a lighting scenario that we are in. Like Colton's skin tone is more of like this kind of pinkish skin tone. So it's
because
like,
I drink so much Red 40.
So yeah, I'll think of it like, okay, my base can be orange, but do you want to be a reddish orange or a more yellowish orange? Well, for a more paler skin tone that has a pinker tone, you're going to get more reds. So like this can be like your base. And if it's very pale, make it desaturated, right? So that's like the relationship. If you want something that's a little bit more like, I don't know, yellower in skin tone, move it more towards a yellowish orange and make it light.
Yeah, please don't spam the same questions. I don't know what scratch lines on clothes are.
I don't know what that means either. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt Christina with new questions while she's currently answering one. So if your question gets skipped or doesn't get answered, like, it's going to happen. There's so many people here. There's so many questions. We kind of just go over the Spark Notes versions of everything.
Yeah. I also think, what is the value of my skin tone? Is it medium skin tone? Is it like a medium light, medium dark? Like this right here is more on the medium. And I made it more towards like yellowish orange.
But you can, like, if it's been a little while and the chat's moved a ways, you can ask your question again if you want.
Yeah.
Just don't like spam it over and over. How'd you draw the neck connected to the head? I don't know if you're going to talk about that right now. She's kind of in the middle of I'm
in the middle of a lesson, but if I have the time, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, can you guys introduce yourselves later? That I can do.
Yes, we can definitely introduce ourselves later.
That would be fun.
So like, here's like 3 different skin tones. One that's pale, one that's medium, one that's dark. When I'm handling a light skin tone, my shadows will not be dark like this. That's not matching the skin tone. Instead, it's going to be a lighter value. Generally, it doesn't get super dark, and whatever color that you choose, you know, can be just darker, but not too dark. So for me, I've chosen a color that is a little bit different than my base color.
And you also have to remember that Christina's drawing with the understanding that this character is on a white background.
Yes.
So if the character is on a white background and the shadows are super light or are super dark, it's going to feel out of place.
Exactly.
Your brain understands a lot of this stuff through context. So if the background was very dark, darker shadows would make more sense visually.
Yes.
Like you would go, it feels about right. Your brain is always looking for context.
Yeah.
It's very good at understanding these things.
Don't underestimate your brain.
Inner ear? I don't know if we're going to go into that today. It's kind of a very specific question.
That is very specific.
I would recommend looking at reference.
I'd just say look at reference of ears and just do your best.
Yeah, do a bunch of them.
Yep.
Break down them into simple
We
form
actually have
shapes.
we actually have an ear TikTok.
Do we?
Yes, we do. It's the one with Raftalia.
Oh.
And I took away her hair because she has no ears, because she has animal ears on top instead.
Is gray the best background color to draw? There is no best. It's
There's
just
no
what
best.
works for the situation you want to do.
So like, look, shadow underneath the brow, shadow by the nose, underneath the chin, and then if you want to make it look more like skin, you add some blush, add some sort of warmth, and it looks like skin. And I do the same thing for even something that's like a more of a middle tone. But I also understand that my middle tone will not have a very shallow shadow. It'll probably be a little bit deeper and probably a little bit more saturated or warmer. So anytime that I'm drawing shadows and lights, I'm thinking, what's the color relationship? Is this shadow tone cooler or warmer against this base color, right? As long as the value is good and it fits well with the image, it can kind of be whatever color. You just got to make an argument for it. So, but like right now, this is in a white environment or like a neutral environment. So I will go for more of like a more saturated and also a bit of a warmer skin tone for the shadows here. And you'll see that it still looks like skin. And I do the same thing for dark skin. There we go. And let's make her eyes dark with light highlights. And of course, to make it more like flesh, I will add a bit of a warmer tone into the cheeks. And so this is the system that goes through my head when I'm painting skin. Obviously, I also paint portraits, so this also goes through my head, but in a more realistic sense. Still the same process.
How do you know which spot should be thick shadow and thin shadow? That would have to do with like your basics of rendering.
Let's give her gold eyes.
It like how it would be, you'd want to take like a primitive form rendering class. Like it depends on the direction of the light angle.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. We can talk about that in a little bit if you want.
So generally for like dark skin tones like this, you can go either warmer shadows or cooler shadows. I personally think that because this tone is very like rich and dark, I like to go for more of like a cooler shadow, so probably more towards red and just darker. And it looks like dark chocolate. So I like to think of this in terms of chocolate. White chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. You know? And then does this shadow feel nice and fudgy? I guess I don't know how to say other than with like food. If I use the same color and just move it downwards, yes, I may use a good value, but it just looks kind of dull. So yeah. Same relationships. And maybe we'll have like a dark blush down here. Just more saturated.
What time do we start our lives? We usually will start our lives around 5 p.m. Pacific.
Tiny little highlight.
But we started like an hour late today or something. We're not super strict about it.
All right. Well, yeah, that's my color theory for skin.
Very
Hopefully
nice.
that was helpful.
It's really important to know the context of the scene and light sources prior to coloring and shading. Yeah, I mean, you just straight up can't see. I mean, you can't render or shade something unless you know where the light is coming from. It's like trying to draw a box, but you don't know what angle it's facing. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
I noticed, surprised you don't hue shift for shading.
Oh, I do. You just haven't seen it.
Yeah,
yep,
definitely hue shifted.
It's just mild. So there's the base. There's
Yep,
the shadow.
definitely
Yep,
hue
hue
shifted.
shift. It's not a major hue shift, but it definitely hue shifts.
Yep, definitely hue shifted. So yep, shifted hue. And a saturation shift as well.
Yep.
How long do you guys try to stay on one live? However long we feel like it.
Yep.
Can you do a mannequin tutorial?
A mannequin tutorial. We'll see. I did draw mannequins earlier, like this, for example. This will be great. You can rewind to that point in our stream for YouTube if you're on there.
You need to see y'all's completed illustrations. I mean, I can bring up our portfolios. We haven't updated them in years and years. If you want,
Sure.
we could use it as our introduction. We don't do an introduction every stream, but here's some of Christina's work. She does a lot of OCs, portraits, studies, stuff like this. So, like, you can see Christina does not only draw in an anime style. She likes drawing in anime style.
I do.
But she does a lot of studies and portraits and stuff. Here's her own character, Ray. This is her art station. Again, she hasn't updated this in forever. Neither of us have.
Yeah. We're just busy
Tira,
with
OCs, Miki, my character.
June, our character.
Yeah, so she has fun with this kind of stuff.
More paintings. I
More
do
paintings.
a lot of.
This is where it gets to the point where this is like 4 years old.
When was that posted, anyways?
Yep, and this is my art. This is what it looks like. I used to be a concept artist. I worked on a bunch of games and projects and theme parks and stuff. I don't really do concept art anymore. We just kind of run Anime Academy and teach live classes and stuff these days, but this is what my work looks like. Again, this is all old work. I don't like showing it very much, but you only have one portfolio.
Yep.
Maybe I should take that as a sign to make some new art.
Oh, I know.
This kind of stuff. So I do kind of more realistic, and then I also do more stylized stuff like this fun, whimsical things. Like that.
You teach more of like a slightly whimsical style in our anime art school.
Yeah.
A bit.
But anyways, that's what our work looks like.
Yippee. I'll do like one little quick demo of like how I would turn, this pale skin tone and make it something that matches this background. I'm just gonna do a quick version of it. I'm gonna use a multiply layer and just push this color down in here.
Sorry, bunch of chat.
Yep.
Bunch of chat going. It's hard to keep up with everybody.
Yep.
Do you guys doodle on streams? Yes, a
Yes.
lot.
Let's make it more saturated.
Those are sick. Awesome. I'm glad you like our work.
Thank you.
When you're using actual pen, what best shadow shade you recommend? It entirely depends on the shot. Where can I find y'all artworks? We have art stations. You could write them if you want.
Yep, sure.
Mine's just my username. Imported the brush and pressure seems very harsh compared to you guys. I'm not sure exactly. You might have to mess with it a bit.
So Colton.
It's my username. My username.
Oh.
Coolbert.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Clothes. Are you gonna talk about clothes at all today? Do we want to?
I wouldn't mind talking about it. And mine is just Christina.
Do you name an anime art school? I don't know what that means exactly. Do you have a Twitter? No. I mean, we do, but I haven't posted anything on it. For our Anime Academy, we do. What website do you recommend to upload my art? Anything works. It doesn't matter really. What do you want? Like, are you trying to get hired, or do you just want to have some place that people can look at it? How do you make hair look more natural and cohesive? What colors?
Art station.
How long have y'all been doing art? Long time.
Long time.
I did my very first professional job in 2016. But I haven't worked. I didn't do full-time work this entire time. Please,
Hold I'll get rid of this reference.
You record your streams? Yes, we're on YouTube as well.
Yep.
There's just a lot of comments. I can't get to everything, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does drawing every day help with being able to draw accurately? I mean, you can't get better without drawing.
Right.
But you don't have to draw every single day. Like, draw as much as you want. It's totally up to you. Try to treat drawing like something that you enjoy. I don't draw every day. I wish I did, but sometimes I'm really busy and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that one again?
Yeah, I'll do that one. I'll just talk about, like, the folds and how it works. So, I mean, if you want, do you want to answer more questions first?
What color should I use for shadows on dark skin? It entirely depends on the temperature of your lighting and your fill light.
Yeah. There's no, like, set rule of colors to use.
Yeah, there's no rules.
I would say do a lot of portrait studies that involve dark skinned people, and then check the relationships of the colors, like of light and shadow. That's what I would do. Okay, I need to extend my canvas again. All right, I'll talk about a little bit about clothes, and what folds and how to analyze them and stuff. This is what I teach in the clothing class in our anime art school. But I'll do a Spark Notes version. What I do when I look at this kind of image is I'll look for things like what's happening. I have tension folds coming from my hands, mainly because the hands are literally grabbing the folds. So, oh yeah, there's a piece of information. This is causing a diaper fold. If you know the 7 basic folds, this will help you a lot. What folds do you see? Oh, here's a diaper fold. Here's a pipe fold. Oh, pipe fold. Pipe fold. These folds, you can see where they're coming from. They're coming from this lacy area because it's all bunched up in there. So because there's a lot of tension in these areas, they're going to cause these like rolling folds like this. You'll get tension fold in the shoulders. You'll see this fold right in here and some half log folds right in the elbow. And that's what I see. So based on that little analyzation, I can then make a more educated guess when I do my drawing. And of course, clothing works better if you have a solid idea of what's happening underneath the cloth. So you can draw a simple mannequin like this. This gives you some perspective, gives you some idea of how it's resting on the body.
I see y'all don't often use fill tools. Do you find it faster to color without them? I use a fill tool a lot.
Really?
If it's convenient. Like, I will use the magic wand tool. Like, if I wanted to fill in this, I'll do a thing really quick. If I wanted to fill this in, I would just go magic wand, fill. You know, but Photoshop sucks at selecting stuff, so I just go. It'd probably literally be faster just to do a big brush and do that filled in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on the situation. I'm certainly not the most optimized, but I don't really care that much. Like, I don't draw to be the fastest or the sweatiest. I draw because I like it, and Christina does too. So, like, there's a lot of things that people will point out, like, it'd be faster if you did this. And she's like, oh, I'm sure.
Ooh.
I'm sure there is faster ways to do it.
How come I can draw what I see, but can't imagine something to draw? Any tips on changing this?
That would be like a visual library thing. You can talk about that if you want.
Yeah. I mean, what I do to be able to draw poses from imagination, for example, is I understand the forms of the body. So like, oh, I can simplify my torso like a cylinder, like 2 cylinders, like a macaroni shape. I'm like, okay, that's my basic form that I'm going to use. And if I draw it enough, you know, like you do a lot of studies that show your understanding of it. Like, oh, I know exactly where the leg is supposed to go in this situation. Then you kind of just start like thinking of the paper as building blocks or space for building blocks. So you can start with something like, okay, I'm going to draw a box like this. And I'm going to draw another box turning around. What can this turn into? Like, you can even start from just a basic shape or basic form and grow from there. So like I use two boxes. This could be my rib cage. This could be my pelvis. And if I know how the body likes to turn, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know how to draw that. I have a twisted torso now. And you're like, okay, well, how do I draw my head? Well, my head is definitely not going to be up here, right? It's not going to be down here unless something horrible happened. It's going to probably be situated right in here. So it's like you're kind of building upon that information, right? You're like thinking of things in terms of the context. And you're basically just building the basic blocks of your artwork. which is boxes and cylinders, right? Because you can turn something simple into something more complex later. But this comes from a lot of studying. Also, I would really recommend having a purpose to what you want to draw. Do you want to draw a person? Do you want to draw an animal? In order to draw things from imagination, you have to have a solid understanding of the forms of their body, the proportions, right? And so here's a person.
Yeah. This is very similar to what we did on yesterday's stream, by the way. This right here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Which
here,
one?
The one where that I drew and then you drew over.
Yes, there, right here.
So if you go to our YouTube channel and you check out yesterday's stream, I did like a box person with primitive forms. I don't know if did I do this on stream or did I do it on my own?
You did it on your own, and then you sent it to me.
Christina added anatomy on top of this, like, and kind of turned it into a person. We do talk about this a lot on stream. This is the important part. If you can do this part, you can pretty much already do this part, because this part is basically just the same as this part, except the forms are smaller and a little bit more nuanced. So I would recommend taking like a figure drawing class as well. There you go.
We have a figure drawing class. You can check it out on here. Take a screenshot of this. We have a big collection of classes that covers the fundamentals so that you can draw from imagination.
Yeah. If that is what we teach. Like if you want to be able to draw from imagination, you got to learn the fundamentals of like how form and lighting and color theory work, and you have to be able to observe and understand the world, because if you want to recreate it, you've got to understand it, at least from like a form standpoint.
Yeah. In fact, I can draw this outfit from memory because I've drawn so many outfits like this. So like when you draw something, do it to understand, not to just copy what you see. So that's why I did a little diagram of like, okay, what do I see? I see a diaper fold here. Oh, I see some pipe folds in here.
Where's the link again? You can take a screenshot of it here.
Right here.
You can keep it up for a while.
Oh, sure.
If you want.
Here you go.
There you go.
3,
You can take
2.
a screenshot of it. What app did you use? This is Procreate on the iPad. And it's also the linky on our profile or in our bio or on our description on YouTube. How do I draw male and female chests? Ooh.
Let me do this first, and then maybe I'll cover that. We have a lot of questions today. It's a pretty wild stream today.
drawanime.com.
Yes, drawanime.com.
Yeah, I don't know why the chat's so busy today.
Magic.
My humblest apologies
For
for everybody who's here that does not get their questions answered. We do go live almost every single day, so fear not. If you really want your question answered, you can definitely come by again.
So this is the basic blockout that I use for drawing clothes. I make sure to draw a mannequin underneath, and then I draw the general shape of the cloth or of the clothes right on top, and I keep it very simple. No need for crazy folds just yet. And then once I'm comfortable with that, let me just merge this. I will draw my folds on top. And all my folds describe what's happening with the body. So for instance, here is my collar, and this rotates around the shoulders. Here's my other collar, wraps around the neck. It's a cylinder. Here's a ruffle. Ruffle travels around this form, so I just want to make sure that that's happening in here. Ruffle, 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 right here. And I see a lot of folds on, like decorated folds on here. This part right here is a more challenging fold. This is the diaper fold, so basically a diaper fold has 2 tension points, and it looks like a smile.
Diaper fold? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
I think it's a depth fold. I was like, what is
Oh,
that?
diaper fold. Am I not talking correctly today? I
No,
feel like I'm just slurring my words a lot.
No, I was like, what's that? A new fold I haven't heard of?
Depth fold. Diaper fold. Yeah, so a diaper fold is you're holding the napkin like this. And then what happens is the excess cloth in between this drapes and kind of compresses. And so you get this. And it's a very... It's literally what it looks like. And you actually see it right in this dress. And it forms a nice hooked form right here. And what I like to do for this is I like to draw the center line of what's going on, because this is helps me to connect this and this together. These folds are basically just tubes of different varying thicknesses. So there's a fold. Here is a pipe fold. I can tell because there's a cone. Pipe folds are generally either cylinders or cones, depending on, you know, how it's being held. So here's the bottom of the cone. Here's the ruffle following this cone. Here's the other cone. And you just do this over and over and over until you start seeing the pattern of the fabric. I do a lot of clothing studies, some examples being this. I do this all the time in my free time. I analyze a lot of dress shirts, dresses, even little mini micro studies, suits. This is all stuff that I teach in the clothing class. Teach you how to draw suits, how to draw dresses, how to draw all this kind of stuff, and you study it. Like, here's another clothing study. You do this all the time until you start seeing the pattern. There's that diaper fold again. Happens everywhere. Tension folds, compression folds. So that's how folds work. Like here, this could be like a very messy diaper fold, but like they're all just triangles and diamonds arranged in a nice aesthetic manner. So yeah. And then here, you'll also notice that these folds are connected to each other. So folds happen for a reason. They have a starting point. Here's the starting point of this fold. Let me just make sure I'm drawing the right layer. So the starting point, just find the story, right? Where is this coming from? It's coming from inside here because it's being sewed in that area. And it's long and it's being bunched up in this area. So therefore we have compression in here. And then you'll see that this fold travels and gets thicker and then becomes this fold. So there's a story behind each fold. So if I were to draw that, lot of pipe folds in here. One of them is going to transform into this one. Right, they're not isolated. Here, diaper fold. Not diaper fold, sorry, half lock fold, because arm is bending. And when an arm bends, the cause and effect is this. You get bunching in here. Now this one is going to be a much thicker sleeve, so you'll see a much wider half lock, but it's still there. Right, and that's how I study clothing. And when I do this from memory, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that there's a diaper fold, there's pipe folds. You look for those specific things, and then you'll be able to draw from imagination. In fact, imagination's almost like a kind of like memory. You'll be able to kind of recall certain details of what makes something the thing, like drawing a pose from imagination. You're like, oh yeah, I know how the torso moves. I know how the torso moves. I know it moves like this. Oh, I know exactly what kind of pose I want if I want something that's kind of cutesy. Well, like this leg comes forward and this leg bends back. It's because I've just seen so many poses like this, and I've done so many poses like this that I'm able to draw from memory. So that's kind of partially like drawing from imagination, right? But it's not perfect, because you'll miss details, but that's okay. So I'll draw my mannequin again. I'm not going to look at my reference. I'm just going to try doing from memory. My pose looked like this. Here's my hand on this way. So like, okay, yeah, there's my body. Now I'm going to draw my outfit. Well, I know based on what I drew before that there's a collar here. There's a round form. There's another chest, like, I don't know, chest piece. Here's the diaper fold. And it looks like this. Here's a thicker sleeve. There's ruffle in here. Ruffle here, ruffle here. A yoke. Oh, okay. Well, I learn something new every day. I should look that up. It kind of does look like a yoke, I guess. And there's kind of like a drop fold happening here. And so there's a lot of bunching happening in here. And then you know, once again, if you do a study and then draw a drawing from memory immediately after, your memory's fresh. So when people are like, oh my gosh, I've drawn heads and I only drew one yesterday, and now when I draw it today, it's all fuzzy. What happened? It's because you didn't do it enough. That the memory's just gone. Like the thing about drawing is that there's so much stuff happening that your brain just kind of filters it out because it just cannot, I don't know, it just can't hold all the information. You have to repetitively do the stuff for the information to hold. So it's totally normal for you to draw one thing and draw it really well one day, and then the next day you just completely forget. That's very, very common. That's why you gotta keep it up. So yeah, I'm doing a very, very rough version, but like, yeah, it's the same. It's basically the same thing, right? Sketching along, awesome. I like that idea a lot. Do it from reference and immediately do it again from memory. Yeah, and as you continue drawing from reference, this is why reference is so important. You're building that library. You're building that memorization, and you have to be very conscious when you are drawing from memory, or not from memory. When you're drawing from reference, because that will help you when you draw from memory later. That's so simple to draw. And how about to draw some male traditional outfit than female ones? I don't know what traditional means. But I would use the same techniques. I would find, like, what folds do I see in this outfit? Like suits, for example. Oh, I know that suits have a sharper shoulder area. They have lapels, because I've drawn suits for the class. Here's the collar. Here's the tie. Some suits flares out and it's more skin tight. When I did the suits videos, when I did the suit lessons for the anime art school, I had to research what suits there were, and there were like skin tight suits, they were more like baggier suits for different occasions. It had like a bunch of stuff to it. So like, yeah, here's a suit with buttons. Pockets are very sleek. Here's dress pants, and dress pants tend to have like one fold towards the center. That's why it looks very sleek. And then you got a suit. The great thing about art is that you can just, once you know a process, you just repeat it over and over. Did you just draw a suit in a second? Yes, basically. Let's see.
I'm just working on this a little study.
Ooh, that looks like a really nice study.
Blocking it out.
That looks so nice.
I need to work on the daily more often.
Mm-hmm.
In your school, do you do one-on-ones? If you get the feedback version, otherwise the Anime Art School, the complete edition, is self-paced.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd go through it on your own in your own time. You don't have to show up for any certain classes. You don't have to schedule meetings. It's just, you get it, you can go through the lessons, you own it forever.
Yep. So like, look, here's the suit section. Different kinds of suits. I did a lot of studies of this. Here's ones with the vest. Here's one that's a little bit boxier with these buttons instead. Here's a tuxedo. And then, you know, dresses. I would say if you end up liking to draw a specific subject matter, the more likely you are to memorize. So like for me, I love drawing dresses. So I pay a lot more closer attention to like how are dresses styled. And then once I know how to do that, then I just draw from my imagination. I've drawn this kind of dress a lot because it's a cute dress. What is it called? What is what called? Thank you, Yuri. How to draw shoes / feet in different angles. Any question that has to do with different angles, it's always going to be dimensional drawing. So like if you can simplify a foot or a shoe in something that's very simple, like a wedge or a box, you are it's gonna be a lot easier. So like for me, when I draw feet or shoes, I will use this form. But of course that depends if you can draw a box in perspective, right? So like here, this can turn into a shoe. Here's like, you know, if I'm gonna draw loafers, for example, I know that there's a tongue that comes up and the tip of the shoe is rounded, but once again, it's a box. There's generally like a heel, and the tongue, or not the tongue, the back of the shoe kind of curls over the ankle like this. But notice that when I draw like my form lines on top, it is a 3-dimensional form. So you basically just memorize this, and then you try to reverse engineer it from a different angle. So this is going to be my form. When I draw it from, let's say, this view, maybe from the back 3/4, I know that this is going to be my heel. It's going to be rounded. Here's my tongue, the tongue of this shoe. This comes around like this because I have my previous information right here. In fact, when you are drawing something from different angles, have a view that is easy for you to analyze. With loafers, for example, I like using a side view. So I'll draw my loafer in the side view. Now this is not like perfectly accurate loafer, it's just kind of from my memory. But like if this is the orthographic, then I'm like, okay, I just have to make sure that the rest of my angles follows this view or follows these shapes. What pencil are you using? What is the settings? You can get this brush on our profile for free. In fact, just take a screenshot of this right here. And my pressure settings, I don't think I really changed anything. But actually I did change one thing, which is the pressure curve. So this is my pressure curve that I use. This is so that when I press like a little bit lighter, it gets dark kind of fast. We got a lot of color picking questions. What do you mean?
Any tips on color picking? You mean like picking accurate colors? Bro, there's so much cat hair in the air.
Here's
That's
the
like
suits.
a snow.
This is from our anime art school, so I teach you guys how to draw suits. And what's the components of it.
Yes, color picking, like just picking good colors in general.
Ooh, that could be a good example of that cloth. You could maybe.
It doesn't really have a lot of color variation to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty basic. I made this little thing earlier. We could light these forms here. I never separated this. We could light these forms here. So if I'm painting like a scene with lights, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to figure out a light direction. So maybe this is my light direction. Maybe it's coming in from like the front top. And I've got a green background. So I'm gonna have pieces of this. I don't want these nearly this saturated. Let's just
dull it down a bit.
Dull these down a lot. Or maybe even a little bit like that. So we've got this blue here, and now let's just say I've got a warm light. All right, so like let's hit this blue with a nice light on top, and then we'll hit this yellow with a nice light on top. So this yellow is going to get a nice vibrant light hitting the top. There's the top of my box. This one right here, what color is this? It's kind of like an orangish. If we hit it with a warm light, maybe I'll go a little bit more into orange and brighten this up a bit. Here's the top of my box.
He goes through a specific process when choosing colors.
Yep. It's like, is it lighter or darker? Is it more or less saturated? And is it warmer or cooler? So if I'm hitting like an orange object with a lot of blue atmosphere, like if there was like a blue atmosphere here, I would go, oh, that's going to be punched down a lot in terms of saturation, right? And so I might come down and do something like that. But I don't think in terms of like what color. Like initially I'll think in terms of what color. Like, oh, it's a Viridian green, or it's a phthalo blue, or it's a alizarin crimson. And then from there, once I have my starting point, my brain switches modes. I'll switch into warm, cool, brighter, darker, more saturated, less saturated. All right, so like over here, let's say this is the local value. It's like, all right, I'll add some green to this. It'll desaturate it. I'll bring it down here and maybe do something like this, right? So my shadow color, maybe it'll come down there. And as long as there's some sort of a logic that you're using, it will tend to be interesting enough, you know, and we'll just add like a little shadow. I'll just cheat like a shadow or something really quick.
I will talk about body types in a little bit. People have been asking about that, so maybe if I have the time to do that. But if your question doesn't get answered today, you know, you can come by another stream and ask it again. Colin's covering color.
So there's a little block on this background, and so my light is warm, and so what I went ahead and did is I just kind of cooled it down, zoop, zoop, maybe bring it a little bit down there, and then I can just fill this in. So cooling green down, I'm gonna come a little bit more towards blue. If I want to warm the green up, I can come up more towards yellow. And so if I'm using a warm light, I might just punch up the cool a little bit for the shadows or whatever. Like that. And for the yellow, like, I don't know, maybe I'll have some bounce from the background and I'll come into green a little bit and darken it down and desaturate it. Maybe we'll do something like this. For the shadow, it's like contextual based on my background, right? Like if my background was red, I bet you anything the shadow of this would be like this. Right, if my background was red. Let's do that. Let's
Ooh,
let's put like a red piece of paper under this yellow. Maybe we'll just do this. Actually, let me do this instead. Let's just have like a sheet of paper right here.
Yeah.
There we go. So we've got this red sheet of paper on the ground. And this red sheet of paper is going to receive light, and it's going to bounce it into the shadow of this green. So I'll probably come over here more towards red. Like, maybe even like that. And I'll turn this really red.
Hi everyone, I'm new here. Could you introduce yourselves?
There we go, just like that.
Yes, we can introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
in a bit.
I'm Colton.
I'm Christina.
And yeah, that's it. I don't know. What do you want to know?
Yeah.
Right? And then we get the shadow coming out here. So maybe we'll just put like a little shadow there of this block. And so the green is going to come down and maybe a little bit cooler into blue. Let me grab this. And then the red is going to come down and maybe a little bit cooler as well. Maybe a little bit grayer. There. And so there's like a block.
Yeah.
On partially on a little red sheet of paper. Right? Again, I'm all dimensional drawing. Like this is like you can't do this without the ability to draw in perspective, sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we could maybe soften this shadow a tiny bit.
He is talking about color theory.
Yeah, just picking colors and stuff.
Picking colors, and you know, he picked a color for the red piece of paper as well as the ground on the bottom. And how
There
he
you go.
goes through that.
Like this will work. You can do that. And the exact sides, like the exact value of these sides, they don't really matter that much. Like I could take this and I could bring it up a little bit.
Ooh.
Doesn't really matter. You can still see it. Although my edge of my box is running into this. There we go. It just doesn't really matter that much. If the shapes are clear, if it's drawn correctly in perspective, and there's some sort of a logic to the colors, the rest just doesn't really matter that much. You have a lot of flexibility and freedom. And that's like how I think about colors. I go, what's bouncing into my shadows, right? Where's our colored, like a green card or something, right? Or my yellow card. How about this?
Ooh. Let me get a flashlight. See that yellow?
Yeah,
That's
we
bouncing
got
into
yellow
the shadow.
bouncing into the shadow of the head. Blue. We got blue bouncing into the shadow of the head. It's kind of like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have light, like light bounces, light travels in a straight line, it hits an object,
Mm-hmm.
and it bounces, and it's going to subtly affect the other objects. And depending on the color and stuff like that, I would really recommend doing still lifes, by the way.
Yes.
Still lifes will really help with this kind of thing. So let me go to where's some of my still lifes, like just doing this kind of stuff. This is a still life that I did in my class in anime art school, and I would really recommend doing these sorts of still lifes from direct observation in person, because your eyes are much better than a phone camera. Your cameras are going to lie to you. The real life will not really lie to you as much as if you take a photo of something. You've got white balance, your camera sucks at exposure, it can't see the shadow colors very well. So set up a physical still life in front of you, if at all possible, and just do some studies of it. Move the light. See how it affects the shadows. See how it affects the bounce. Affects the bounce.
This is making me see the world differently. Heck yeah.
Like this is a tiny little still life that I did in like 15 minutes on the desk, and I had the window in the background, and that was filling all of these shadows with blue. Look how blue these got. It's because I had a window up here shining blue skylight into the shadows. So it's like, so you're telling me that a pink post-it notepad will give blue shadows if it's lit by a blue light in the shadows? Yeah. I had a warm light coming from the right. You can see very, very, very warm. I had a cool light coming from the back, but look at this. None of the blue made it in here. Why? Because all of this stuff up here blocked that blue light from getting down there. So these shadows are not that blue. This shadow's a little bit blue. These ones down in here are not because they're protected from the blue light. So light, you know, moves around and bounces around, and if it doesn't reach something, then it doesn't affect it. So I would really recommend just like setting up little teeny tiny studies and doing these little micro studies. And again, like it's difficult to do studies like this if you can't draw in 3D. So that's why like dimensional drawing and foundation is so incredibly important. You got to be able to draw objects in 3D, right? In a three-dimensional space. Like, oh, maybe it's a little bit shallower of an angle. So, or maybe it's a little bit like steeper of an angle.
Color theory and all that stuff feeds off from this kind of stuff. Feeds off from the dimensional drawing and the lighting. So that's why color can be so difficult, is because you need to have a lot of prerequisite knowledge as well. Yeah,
and you might not even be that bad at colors at all. You might just not really know how they interact with each other or be able to draw an object at the right angle, because lighting things requires three-dimensional objects. Like, you have to have something that the light is interacting with. If you have a light, you know, we have a cylinder. If we've got a light, this cylinder is a three-dimensional object, and it's going to physically block that light. And you're going to have a lit side and you're going to have a shadowed side. So lighting is mostly perspective. You're just kind of filling in the shapes instead of drawing them with like a line, you know?
Yeah. Is there an order to learn, like first anatomy, then perspective, then color?
Not necessarily. Like dimensional drawing, I would say, is definitely up there, like perspective wise. But you can learn multiple things at the same time. Like in art school, like art center, you'll literally take an anatomy class and figure drawing class in term 1, and you'll also take a perspective class in term 1. So like you can kind of learn these at the same time. It's not such like this, you have to learn this or you have to learn that. I probably wouldn't take an experimental painting class if you've never taken a foundation class. I would say, you know, start with foundations.
Yeah, and we teach foundation. That's exactly what our whole school is about.
That's literally why we built our school, is because we feel like there needs to be good foundational education out there, and a lot of people need it. So we've been building our program to fit that, you know.
How can I improve my 3D and light understanding, and exercises that can help with that?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about that a good amount. Anyways, I'll chuck it back to you for now.
I'll do a quick body type.
I do want to answer this question though.
Yes, you can definitely answer it.
How can I improve my 3D light understanding? First off, definitely do still lifes. Do studies. Always be studying the world.
Yep, always be studying.
Always be studying the world. A, B, S. Always be studying. I don't know. I made that up.
ABS.
And secondly, like learn your basic 1, 2, 3 point perspective. Like do a bunch of exercises. Do like, you know, 20 1-point shots with 5 to 10 boxes each. Do 20 2-point shots with 5 to 10 boxes each. Use draw the sides that you can't see. Like, I mean, it's your basic perspective. Like there's a lot of perspective classes out there. I teach one in our anime art school. I talk about it all the time on stream. But and there is no perfect way. There's no perfect way to learn. There's a bunch of good ways. There's a bunch of very valid ways. Anybody who says there's a perfect way is either lying, or maybe they're not lying and they just think there's a perfect way, but there's not. Like there's many good ways. There's many extremely successful artists who started in all kinds of different ways. There are incredibly effective ways, and there's usually an order.
Yep.
Like, so what? You take a figure drawing class before a perspective class.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
like,
no.
You still retain the information.
Doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, you take your perspective class at the same time as your, whatever, lighting class. That's fine.
The anime art school is $497 for the whole entire program. You have it forever.
It's a year-long program. It'll take you over a year to get through, I can assure you.
Yep.
And it's a foundation school. It's basically like a trade school. There's 3 different terms. There's 14, every term is 14 weeks and has multiple classes.
Mm-hmm.
And it is supposed to be basically a boot camp. It's like a college.
Yep. So I'm going to turn this generic body into different body types. If you want to change body types, start with something that you're familiar with, and then you can like expand off from that. So if for instance, if I want to draw a chubbier body type, all I have to do is just take this envelope shape and just make it thicker, because this will account for, you know, my the body fat. So once you see me widening this already and making a smaller head, this person looks chubbier. Pair that with like a larger belly, which once again is form drawing. So you're thinking about, here's the base, what is the blobs, you know, coming on top, like do the breasts come over like this? How does the belly wrap around the body? You know, how does the belly dip in and out? You know, that's part of the body change, right? How thick do the arms get? Especially on the upper arms, do they get thicker or thinner? And of course, every person looks different to some degree. There's an average, but then there's also variations. So here's like a thicker body type. And, you know, in essence, you could thicken the legs if you want to look even chunkier. Totally fine. And, you know, the same would go with a more muscular body type. If I want to draw someone who's taller and more muscular, all I have to do is just shrink the head and make the upper body more triangular, if that's what I want to go for, more of like a hero body type. But it all starts from this generic version. You're just like yoinking and twisting and pulling these points.
Yeah, it's like distorting it, right?
Yeah.
Like pulling a point, squishing a point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that same underlying foundation.
Yeah.
Is it possible to attend these classes on a full-time employment? Yeah, it is self-paced, and you get it forever.
Yep.
So if you put it down and get back to it later, totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
You own it forever.
Yep. You know, and then here you can add in like anatomical differences if you want to change the muscle structure and stuff, muscle definition. Like, yeah, that's what I would do for different body types.
Love the hat. Awesome. I am glad. I appreciate the appreciation for the hat.
Yep.
It even spins. No kitties here
How
today.
do I apply? You can go here. It's the yellow button on our website, and then all the information is there and where you can sign up. I want your hat. Keep doing your thing, y'all. See you around. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. What tablet do you use? We got another question.
Yep, I
awesome.
got that one.
Awesome.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
Nice.
You have a Patreon? Nope.
Nope.
No, we stream for free. We do this for free. We you could become a member on the YouTube channel, but if you want to support us, the best way is getting Anime Art School or our classes. We really like to provide something of value, you know. I mean, obviously Patreon can be set up that way, like we could have content on there, but we don't do it. Maybe in the future, but probably not.
Here's a curvy lady, but I started with the generic torso, and then I just widened the hips and made her body more hourglass. Here's a different body type. That's very different from this one right in here. It all starts with the same base.
Is the course free? No, this is free. The class is not. The class is like a college.
Yeah, this is not free. This is like heavy duty, like college level class, like boot camp. If you really want to get serious with your art.
How can you make straight hair not look stiff and have some volume? Straight hair is going to have some curve to it. Like if you hold a string and you like kind of wave it around like this, it's going to curve subtly. That's how straight hair works. Straight hair is not like, you know, metal where it's just kind of like stiff. There's always going to be at least a little bit of curvature to it, unless you're very deliberately stylizing it to be perfectly straight, which is rare, but it does happen.
And it's really cool.
But the volume comes from, they're just really long ribbons.
Yeah.
It still comes off of a sphere.
Right, there's still gesture. In fact, let me go and get this thing real quick. My manga. My Magnum.
Do you also learn Procreate in the course? There is a class, Introduction to Digital Art, and it does cover Procreate. It's like a bonus class that we included. It covers Procreate, Krita, Clip Studio, Photoshop. Is that it, Christina? Yeah, it covers those four. Like the basics of it.
One of my favorite mangas draws straight hair really well, and very gesturally. So let me get this. So, straight hair, curvature. Look at that. It's kind of busy, unfortunately, but you can see it even in here. This is definitely straight hair. It's just they literally have it with wind, but you can still tell it's straight because there's not a lot of like waviness. So straight hair, when it's in the movement, for example, will continually have like this really smooth curve. It will not go like this. That's wavy hair, right? Unless it's in water. Here, for example, nice flowy, right? There's that subtle curvature, and when it lands on the ground, it like bows out and swirls around, but you can still tell it's straight. Let's see here. Here, even here. I love this manga so much. It's one of my favorites.
They're asking what the
Straight
price is
hair.
for the course. Is $497.
$497.
Yep. And it's a bunch of different classes. It's not just one.
Yeah.
There's like 110 hours of content in it. It's like an entire college almost. What manga is that? It's her Legend of Princess Sakura.
Yep. Oh, it's so good.
She
It's
loves
such a
it.
good. I love it. It was my childhood manga. It was my first manga series that I actually like really liked. Love this one. It's unfortunately it's hard to get these days because it was like published in like 2010s. But yeah. So it's not this unless you desperately want it to be this way. Instead, curls around, so it follows the form of the sphere, and then it likes to go into like more of an S curve, but it's a very subtle curve. It's a very long, slow frequency. This is wavy hair, higher frequency of curves. Curly hair has really, close curls, but with straight hair, it's a very long, stretched out curve. So now you'll just do a lot of long strips like this, and you overlap. So overlaps are also helpful when it comes to drawing form. Show one clump overlapping another, and look, you got volume. Add a little bit of cast shadows in here, and you got like even more nicer hair strands. But once again, I'm not using completely straight lines. I'm using curves. Like that. In the complete edition, do you go over anatomy and hair? Yes, I do. Extensively. Extensively.
There's a 12-week long anatomy class.
Yep. It is not like this little boot camp course. It's like one entire class on heads and faces with hair and expressions and making illustrations. One intensive class about anatomy and figure drawing. In fact, let me just show it really quick.
It's not like it's covered. There's an entire class on it. It's how many hours is the anatomy class? Like more than 10 hours?
More than 10 hours, yeah. So here's like a whole section on hair. These are all like individual videos. Here's how to like render hair.
It's
and
like if you
skin
were
and
to
stuff.
sign up for a 12-week anatomy class. It's like that.
Yeah, these are just stuff that you
big.
do. This is the stuff that you go for the anatomy alone.
I can't draw normal anime. Can I buy/learn chibi course? I mean, you can. It teaches you all about chibis.
Yep.
But I would say that's it's up to you if you want to do that.
And these are all assignments that you do in the class.
Yep.
Painting.
Baba Spooky's been going through it.
Yeah.
3 Cats, are you here?
Is there any other styles other than anime? Oh yeah, for sure. Cartoons.
Do you mean in the class?
Can you draw black/coily hair? Yeah, I can. We have a video on dark hair. Like black people hair. We have that a lot. I would say for very dark coily hair, silhouette is actually probably going to be your best bet because it's so dense. Like if I were to just paint it really quick, it will look like this. I'll just use like this kind of dark gray. So you can just start off with a mask like this. And I know this looks kind of bad right now, but like trust me on this, trust. Mask it out so that you have some idea what the volume is. Right? Do you want it to be like really, really poofy? Do you want it to be not as poofy? Depends on you. So once you have your mask, then you can describe the outside with smaller curves. So, or smaller curls. So all I do is I do this motion. Boop, 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 like that. But just with varying degrees. Sometimes I will use smaller curls like this. And look at that. That's already starting to look curly. You can even go like this. Use scribbles. Disney artists do this a lot. Even from Into the Spider-Verse, those people who draw like, dark coily hair like this, they will start with silhouette like that. And then if you want to like add a little bit more density or add a little bit more volume, you can take a slightly lighter light and just add in some extra curls in the inside like this. It's kind of hard to see, unfortunately. So I'll just grab a slightly lighter tone and I'll just draw those same coils. Oop, describing the form of the cylinders. They're tubes. They're just like really messy tubes. And they happen kind of randomly. Like this is describing a tube. This is describing another tube. In the silhouette, it's basically showing what the tube is doing just on the outside. It's this and this are the same thing. And I cover how to draw curly hair like this in the anime art school as well. But yeah, look. We got really nice frizzy hair. And dreads and all that stuff is basically just a much neater version of this. Although dreads can be very wild. They can like just naturally grow out and get even messier. But generally they kind of start off like poops. I don't know. Someone said poops or turds, but which I think is actually kind of fitting. But they're just cylinders with some kind of fuzz on the outside. But the main thing is that it's a tube. Now you understand curls? Great. I'm actually thinking about buying it. Awesome. It'd be great to have you as a student. We have anime art school students who post their work in the channels. And if you really like your improvement and you want us to show your work on stream, there's a channel for that as well. So like here is a more decorated curl that is a little bit like looser towards the end. They're all just tubes. I also like to think of them like sausages as well. There we go.
Coils like Tito's hair.
It's a cone. It's a cone with the tip chopped off. And then you just draw a bunch of wrapping lines around it. It's like a ribbon. Oop. 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 Like that. And then you add in some forms like this.
I'm painting with my mouse again.
See. I want to join though, but I don't have time at all. Only draw at night. If you're talking about like for the anime art school, it's self-paced, if that's what you mean. Unless you just mean like in general. Yes, there is a chibi course. It's called chibi art class on our website. Is there a class just for perspective? Yes. I mean, in the anime art school, yes, there is a class for perspective.
Yeah, but not like a standalone.
Right.
Thank you for the hand hearts.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I just saw that pop up.
This is a very big screen, so if I were to zoom out, you would barely be able to see anything.
Yeah.
I will post this on the Discord, though.
Yeah, all the demos on stream get posted in the Discord server.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I think another way that I like to draw dreads is I like to also think of them like, let me think. Like Medusa. Snakes in a way.
It kind of is.
Like Medusa. It's like if you look at Medusa, you'll know how to draw dreads. Or you'll know how to draw braids. So they're just long tubes that kind of snake around like this. Like that. And then you can of course change the texture of this, but like most of the time when you want to draw dreads or any kind of braids, they start with a tube. And you just overlap and overlap and overlap. I actually like the term Medusa more. because it's cooler. And then you just overlap the tubes. There's a tube on the front, tube on the side, tube in the back. And if you think about it, if you want to draw like straight hair, it's just this without the tubes. It's just strips instead. So ribbons.
Discord server, you can get it on the link key on our profile.
Let's see. Could you explain how to draw legs? I'm okay with the basics.
How long do you want to stay live tonight?
I think I'm almost ready to about head off. Getting a little bit tired. What canvas size do you use? I'm always struggling with that. I don't know. I just use a 5,000 by 6,000 and then I go from there if I need to expand it. We actually just posted a how to draw legs TikTok. If you wanna check that
it was
out.
like
Well,
a little tip on legs.
It was a little tip on legs. You can draw legs like this. They're tubes. Everything's a tube. Everything's like a noodle.
Yeah, everything that has to do with people is generally
Yeah.
cylinders. Everything is noodle.
It's an S curve. I mean, if you want to go more gestural and then add form on top, that's totally fine. So like S curve, halfway of this S curve is your kneecap. Here's a cylinder. Here's the other cylinder. And it follows that gesture. That's a leg in a nutshell. And then you add your foot at the end. So this describes your quads. This describes your hamstrings. This describes your calf. I am not familiar with half human and half feline legs. You'll probably have to do some research on that. That would have to do with some comparative anatomy. So draw a lot of feline legs, draw a lot of human legs, and then try to try different ways to combine them. That's all I would say. I mean, like how do I say it? I've seen this. It's just imagine a cat standing on its hind legs, and you got a furry leg, I guess. But I don't know. I would have to do a bit more research on that. But it's probably better if you did your own research so that you can find out for yourself and be like, you know what, I like to do it this way. You know? What should I learn first as a beginner? What do you want to draw? That will depend on that.
Yeah. I guess it really depends on your goals. You're probably pretty safe learning dimensional drawing and perspective. If you like characters, you'd probably want to take a figure drawing class. If you want to be able to light and color stuff, you should probably take, you know, a rendering and basics of lighting class and a color theory class, or start like painting. You could do some watercolor or oil or acrylic. You know, if whatever direction you want to go, I would say start foundational with your education and also draw for fun. Like, you definitely want to continue drawing for fun because you don't want to become like so obsessed with drawing foundation that you forget your joy of art. That sucks. Trust me.
Yeah, it would really suck.
It does suck.
Well, you went through that, you know.
A lot of people do, yeah. It's pretty pretty common. Bum, 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 bum. How do I look up for color theory? That's that thing with the cubes. All I find is use complementaries and such. Marco Bucci has some really good stuff on color theory. Like, I mean, I teach a lot of it in my painting class and anime art school, but in reality is like color theory is not that complicated. It's more about like using a logic. You're like, if you want your colors to feel good, you just need to use a logic. Like, the logic doesn't matter that much. It could be, I've got warm lights and cool shadows. I've got cool lights and warm shadows. I've got warm lights and really warm shadows because of this thing. It doesn't really matter that much. Like, the colors that you make something matter a lot less than the underlying drawing and form and the values, like the design, graphical design. Color theory, like, there's so many different ways to color things, and they would a lot of different correct ways. Like, there is no one right way. There's a lot of right ways. How does that translate to the changes in the color picker? Like, you'd go into warm and cool. Do you want your color palette thing?
Yes. This thing?
Yes, thank you. There's a warm side of the color wheel and there's a cool side. Can you split it?
How do I split it? What?
With your pen.
Oh, yes. There.
Right? It's like a warm and cool side of the color wheel. And so if you have orange, you can go towards gray to cool it down, or you could go into red to cool it down. Right? If you're in yellow, you could go into gray to cool it down. Gray is a neutral, so it's going to be in the middle. It's going to be warm next to cool, and it's going to be cool next to warm. This is like I would really recommend taking like a color theory class. We're not going to go through like all of color theory today, but learn about color temperature, right? Like say for example, I'm doing, I don't know, this study right here, right? There's like this little study that I'm doing, and I could go, well, maybe all of this is lit warm. So I come up here into say, I don't know, something really warm, like an orangish color, right? That's kind of in the middle. And then I'll go, well, my shadows, maybe I'll make them a lot cooler. And so I could go into a cool. Actually, I'll just do this.
But how does that translate to changes in color picker, HSV?
Like that. That's what I answered.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? There you go. And so it's like, I could do something like that. And then I could go, all right, well, in the shadow, maybe I'll get a little bit of warmer bounce. So I'll just choose something a little bit warmer. And next to that blue, a gray is going to be warmer, right? So if I have this blue right here, I'm just going to go completely to gray. And now this gray is warmer than the blue in the shadow. And so using like the principle of form rendering, you know, which has nothing to do with color theory, by the way. This is what you would learn in like a rendering class. You could come up here and have some of this warm in the shadow there, warm in the shadow there. You could have some warm in these shadows down here.
You'll see that the color doesn't really matter. It's more about how it feels.
Yeah, it just doesn't, the color just doesn't really matter that much. Like you could make this color green. You could, right? These shapes, the way that I got these shapes, which is like the perspective and the design of it, like it,
ooh,
but it just doesn't really matter that much. There's that. You know, this could be red.
And if
it
you
still
have
works.
a bit of that green influencing the red, that's when things start to harmonize with each other.
Exactly. And so that is a really good point, because when we start to get the green affecting the red, they will start to feel related, right? So maybe we'll take a little bit of that green and just chuck it on that red, and we'll get something like an orange in the middle, like a kind of a grayish orange. See? It feels green, but I'm in orange. Look. It looks green, but it's not. It's literally orange. See?
That's crazy.
It's
it just
because
feels green.
Yeah, it just kind of feels green.
Well,
and
that's
so
your
again,
brain filling in those gaps for you.
Yeah, your brain is good at recognizing these things. And do color still lifes. Do still life. Study from the real world. The real world is what your brain is used to seeing, so you want to do studies from the real world, absolutely. Right? We could come into the shadows and we could go, how about this? I'm going to choose like an even darker
red for the shadows?
Yeah, maybe it's something like this. And again, this has nothing to do with color theory right now. I just chose a different color. What I'm doing is I'm describing these shapes that are determined by, you know, this is my little image that I'm studying from. And you see there's these triangles and the folds in the fabric and everything. Like that doesn't have anything to do with color theory. Right? And so I can kind of just come in here and go, like, I just have some kind of logic to my colors. Some kind of logic is enough.
Mm-hmm. Rather than no logic.
Yeah.
Dubai chocolate.
It kind of is like Dubai chocolate.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. I 100% wholeheartedly agree that this is Dubai chocolate color palette.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks good, though. You know what? Speaking about Dubai chocolate.
You want to go get some?
Yeah.
Maybe we come down here. We add some of our in-betweens, right? We can add like an in-between here. And by the way, chat, I'm painting. I'm not reading chat right now, so apologies. Remember when we accidentally ruined someone's whole day by answering their question late?
Wow. Imagine their life. Right. Dubai chocolate.
Right? And it's just like, it doesn't really matter that much. See, like, I'm not a huge fan of this value coming in here. I want to keep these pretty separated.
Hope that's not too loud.
Not really.
Okay, good.
I mean, not for me. I don't know if it is for chat. Right? We could come in here and do something like that, right? And in the background, maybe we add some color to this. It doesn't matter. I'll just put it like... I want to match my value, so maybe I'll come up and do something like that, right? And then this in the background, I don't care. Like, purple? Whatever.
Purple.
Like, ooh, that's kind of neat.
Sorry, chat. You ain't getting any of this Dubai chocolate. I'm eating it all.
And then, you know, don't forget our form rendering. So, like, this is a pot of some sort. So, I need to make sure that if I'm transitioning, I'm going to have a nice, maybe core shadow, like there. This is how I would do a study. And I would just kind of finesse and mess with it for a while. But very little of this has anything to do with color theory. It's like the color that I chose, I literally chose kind of like arbitrary colors. I'm just trying to keep some sort of a logic. Like, okay, let's make the things that are in light more green. And then let's make the things that are in shadow like more red and purple. And then that's literally it. That's all of my logic. And then I just am doing basic form rendering.
I can't see that from there. There we go.
Doing basic form rendering, right? So this is a cylinder, a little tiny chunk of a cylinder. So it's going to have a really soft area. What's up?
Someone's asking, how do I look for this thing on my own? I gotta have a technical name and I want to investigate it more. Like, is there like specific
This
searches?
is painting. Like, this is just how people paint. You could take a painting class. I mentioned earlier, you can look up like Marco Bucci's videos.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber. He does a bunch of painting stuff. Yuming Lee has a class on this. I went through the class. It's really good. It's just painting, like painting, color theory. There's
who was the one that talked about hue, saturation, value, and how to pick
Legion.
colors?
Yin.
Yeah, Legion.
I mean, it's just painting
Yin
for the
or
most part. Like,
yeah, he has a video on
anybody, like our teacher talks about this. Robert Lemler. He was an oil painting teacher of ours. You know, you can do this, and again, like, this is just basic form rendering. Like, is it a hard edge? Is it a soft edge? You know, or is it a, lost edge?
You know what's so interesting? When you blended that in, that color is literally what you just put in. It's literally that. That's crazy.
It's the Dubai chocolate.
It's the milk chocolate.
And then this is just cloth rendering, right? So, like, all of these are cylinders. So this is a cylinder. You know, this is a cylinder. We got like an intermediate shape in there that's kind of like, I don't know, this.
It's kind of hard to see. Can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I should probably just move my reference closer.
What's your cat's eye color? We have 3.
Which cat?
Which cat?
Hint, they're all the same.
Well, actually, I think Toby has slightly browner eyes.
You know, we can come over here and, dude.
We could probably make a color theory video.
I mean, that's like primarily what I talk about. I've talked about this a lot in the past. Even in past live streams, I've talked about it extensively. We talk about it quite often on stream. We do entire streams where we paint a whole thing. Like, this is a past live stream where I talked a lot about color theory. Like,
it's a good one.
Warm, cool. This one's warm is this one's cool. Gray is a neutral. Gray is cool. Gray is warm. Right? Background stuff, color getting in there, bouncing. Yeah, we did a little glass of water study on stream. Talked about all this kind of stuff. This is from a stream quite a long time ago. We're probably due for another one.
Yeah, due for another one like this.
We broke down like lighting and shadows, separating buckets, all kinds of stuff. Values, like this entire image is 2 values, but yet the colors are different, so it's interesting. That's like
means.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Form rendering. I don't know why we talked a little bit about fish eyes.
Well, you know, we always talk about different topics.
This is a
every now
pretty
and then.
old stream. We'll have to cover this again sometime soon. It's a pretty fun topic to go over.
I don't remember what stream this was on.
I don't know.
I don't know what date
It
is.
was months ago.
Where are the streams uploaded? They're uploaded on YouTube.
They're all on our YouTube channel.
We have a little live stream section where all the VODs are downloaded there. Or that you can watch the VODs there.
Yeah.
Do y'all draw animals or nah? Nah,
really.
I don't.
I would love to sometime.
There was one time I tried to draw Applejack and I failed miserably.
Yeah, I'm not really an animal artist. I would love to get into it at some point. It's kind of a big rabbit hole. But I would really like to. Right? It's just like a silly little study just of color. It's kind of an abstraction. Right? Can come up here. Again, this is like the top of a I can come in here, maybe a little bit less than that. That.
What I really like about this painting is that the color, like, it's so different from the reference, but it doesn't matter. It's because all the shapes are correct.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make the shapes correct, but yes, for sure.
Are animals harder to do? I don't know.
No, I just haven't done them. I was a background artist and prop artist, so I don't have any experience really with animals, not really people drawing that much. Like, I know the basics of figure drawing and stuff, but I'm not extensively trained in it.
Did y'all go to art school? Yes.
Yeah. Well, I did. Christina went to some.
I went to some, yeah.
I went to a trade school and graduated, and then went to art center for a couple terms and dropped out. But
I went to
Christina
art
just
center.
went to art center for a couple terms.
Yeah.
And left.
Yeah.
But she's taken classes online for a long time. We both have. So like, I guess it depends what you mean by art school. Right? We can get in here and we can do some, it's like in between. I don't know. It could just be like a fun little little color study thing. You know, we could try to inject some of these reds into the shadows as well. That would probably make it more interesting.
I'm watching on the TV and my cat is hunting the cursor. Oh, yeah. Ours does that too. Uh-oh. Don't make it look easy. A lot of practice.
I'm not having a very easy time.
You look like you're having an easy time.
Well, I work with big shapes that look very deliberate, so maybe that's like maybe that's the reason.
What were your majors at Art Center?
I was in entertainment design.
I was too.
I can show you the portfolio I got in with.
Oh, secret Colton lore.
Literally.
I actually don't know where my portfolio is. I don't think I ever posted it.
This is my art center portfolio that I got in with.
Okay. Oh my gosh, are people drawing?
There's a bunch of pages, so I kind of have to skip through it quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't. He made like a whole like theme for his portfolio.
Yeah, like a whole world kind of. I should probably shrink this a bit there so TikTok can see it a little bit better.
Well, he went through FZD before he took Art Center, so like a lot of this was because he went to that trade school.
Where's my chocolate?
Right there. Want me to open it for you?
Sure. Ew. I hate those things, dude. Those things look like boobies.
Here you go. Okay, I'll feed it to you. All right, chat.
Bruh.
I'm kidding.
But yeah. And then this is like additional work. That was my portfolio that I got into Art Center with.
Camelwack is such a good brand name, even though this is an inside joke. Take class at CDA.
Is that Concept Design Academy? I don't think I've ever taken a class there. I hear they're good. I took classes at Brainstorm.
Is it worth going to an art university? I'm not interested in any other profession.
It depends. A lot of the time, no, but it depends on the person. Someone who's going to succeed will usually succeed regardless of what school they go to. Just because some people are like determined, like very determined.
What do you two think is the most beginner-friendly foundation method for drawing bodies?
Take a figure drawing class.
Yep, I have a video on how to draw bodies. That can be a good start for you. And I cover the proportion, I cover the basic body block-ins, and I have a whole process. So you can check that out if you want. We also cover in our own figure drawing class in anime art school.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pursue a piano career. Oh, that's fun. Piano, huh?
Your mom did that.
Yep, my mom was a concert pianist. How can you get that blending brush?
This one.
Ooh, such a good blending brush.
I don't think I have it up anywhere. I think I posted it in the Discord server. Secretary?
Do you have a video in color theory?
Do I?
You might have a section of it in your fundamentals video.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. The whole art fundamentals in 2 hours or something like that. There might be some in there, but not sure. But we don't have a specific video on it. Did you guys go to Lightbox this year?
We're going to.
We want to go. We didn't go last year.
We didn't go last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going this year.
Where can I find his portfolio artwork? I'm crying. You mean the art center one? Do you want to show
my
that?
art center one? Oh, that's just on the secret page on my own website. If you want to find my portfolio, I have an art station.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, oh my gosh, dude, that portfolio that I showed you guys is from 2017 or 16.
Bruh, really?
Yeah, that everything I just showed of that art center portfolio, that's like 10 years old almost.
Some of y'all weren't even born. Why are you excluding your cats from this live? They ain't even here, bruh. They're excluding themselves.
They're excluding themselves. They're just sleeping, dude, or something.
Mm-hmm. You will see them someday on another stream.
Yeah. You're just gonna have to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're eeping. And then they're gonna wreak havoc with us later.
Yep.
Applejack's gonna come in later. He's gonna
be a butthead.
He's gonna walk around on the desk and
get hair
spread
everywhere.
his cat hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is where I would really kind of go back in and try to refine some of these shapes. Like I see a triangle there. I would probably redraw this entire area, just like block it out. It's not a particularly accurate study. I didn't really do a lot of setup work for this.
I bought one of your books a while back, then found your channel in the algorithm today. Good
cool
stuff. Hey, awesome.
Which book did you get?
Yeah. When will you guys do Roblox Draw Me streams? You guys honestly grab my attention with that.
Oh, it's very attention grabbing. I don't know if we're gonna do it anytime soon. We might, but there's a good chance we won't.
Mm-hmm. We'll do it like every now and then, but it's mostly when we feel like it, and
it's
that's
just
not a really scheduled thing.
Draw Me streams are just nonsense brain rot.
Yeah.
Like they're fun sometimes, but they get boring really fast. We're dedicated to teaching. Like we're not really interested in Roblox.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch occasionally, but that's not really what we're interested in.
Mm-hmm. Wait, y'all have books? Yes. You can actually get these on our TikTok shop. You want to show these?
They're both available on our TikTok shop.
Mm-hmm.
This is volume 1.
Volume 1. Let me zoom out. There we go. Volume 1, how to draw manga, and volume 2, how to draw characters.
Yep.
And you can get them either on TikTok shop or on our Amazon.
Can the book be shipped worldwide? If you get it on Amazon, you'll definitely get a lot better options for shipping because it's print on demand. On TikTok shop, I think it'll only go to the States.
Yeah.
But you can get signed versions on TikTok.
All right, let me zoom this back in. Can there be a full video about all this color logic, like the thought process, not for copying, but for people to learn?
Yeah, I'll probably make one sometime.
How long have you been selling those books for? Years, actually.
Years, like 2022. I don't remember when we published book volume 1. Long time. We've sold almost 10,000 copies. We're like 100 books or less away from it, from 10,000. Hint, we don't make anything off of the books.
Yeah.
Not on Amazon, at least. Ads are so expensive to run that it breaks even. We rarely will make more than like $100 in a single month off of the books. So if you want to do write books, it's not easy, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. I don't really want to get into too much detail right now.
Let's see. I'm kind of doing this little study. I'm coming back to this. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I will literally do studies with like a color palette like this, and it's not the colors that make it work. There's just some loose color logic. I'm like, my shadows are red and my light is blue, and then I guess there's some like purple in the shadows too or something.
It's not that deep, but
And then as long as your shapes are right, then the rest doesn't really matter that much. It's not super important. And then the colors will feel unified when they mix together, because that's how the real world works. Colors mixed together, your brain believes it. It goes,
Oh, okay, yeah, checks out.
yeah, I guess. Sounds good to me, dude.
Makes sense.
Like, you could wear glasses that turn everything green. You'd still be able to drive.
Yeah.
You'd still be able to walk around. You'd still be able to play video games. You could wear glasses that turn all the light things green and all the dark things red, and you would still be able to function. It's just not super important. You'd still be able to tell what the Mona Lisa is. You guys are a cool duo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any personal favorite brushes for line art? Oh yeah, it's the brush that's available on our site.
Yep. I don't have
For
that
sure.
part. Right here. I roughly select my colors.
I
based on
mean,
the reference.
you can definitely tell based on mine, I'm not color picking at all. This is not the same colors in the slightest, so I certainly don't. At least not for this piece. I've never really painted starting this way before. Dude, I was taking a Craig Mullins class, right? And he was teaching something and he was drawing something and he was using like this really weird process, and he's like, I've actually never started an image this way before, and it was like an amazing illustration. He's like, I'm not doing anything like unusual or fancy. It's just, he's like, I'm just applying those same fundamentals.
Everything is fundamentals.
Craig Mullins is so good, dude. I need to go through his class on Colosso.
I opened commissions a big while ago and no clients, or they ghost me. How can I get actual clients?
I don't do a lot of commissions, but from my experience, like, you're a business, right? If people like you and they like your work, they'll hire you. If people don't like you, or if they don't know you, which means like they don't necessarily like you because they don't know you, then they probably won't hire you. And it also depends on the quality of your work. Like, there's people in our community who literally people commission them nonstop, and it's because everybody loves them and their work is also amazing. So I would say if you want to get commissions, have really good work and be very likable. That's like what I would say.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean that you're unlikable. It may just mean people don't know you.
Yeah.
Be helpful. No expectation of return. You know, it's certainly not only art-based. A large amount of it will be art-based for sure, like the quality of your work, your style, whether people like it or not. But that would be my advice for it. Try to be really helpful to people and don't expect anything for it. Just trust the process and, you know, do stuff out of the goodness of your heart. I skipped commissions. I went straight for clients, like big clients, like large studio type clients.
They're also not in addition to being friendly. Like, you want to make sure that your artwork is something that people would want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a cruel world when it comes to having good art, because it's like, you know, people are very pretty privileged. People like nice art.
Art definitely has that pretty privileged thing.
So it's not like, oh, well, someone will like your art no matter how bad it is. There's gonna be a threshold. Like, unfortunately, like, just being honest, you know, like, if your artwork is just very beginner, like, nobody.
It's gonna be a lot harder.
It's gonna be a lot harder, I should say. I shouldn't say
It'll be
nobody.
a lot harder.
It's definitely gonna be much harder
to get clients.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to get commissions, you're a business now.
Yeah.
And there's a way to run a business. Like that's how you want to think. Is like, I am a business. I am trying to get clients coming in and hiring me. I got to start thinking in that terms, or it's just going to be really difficult.
This needs a major repair.
All right, what if we do this? What if we put like a more vibrant red like that?
Ooh, show that. That looks really good. Hey,
It's
Lindsay.
It'd be kind of fun to do something like this.
I like
Like
that.
a more vibrant red for these like upward facing planes, or lit planes in the background, and then we can obviously like that.
Do you paint all in the same layer?
Yeah,
Yeah, for the most part.
No, I have a black and white layer just because I wanted to save it.
Ooh. How did you first get recognized by clients?
Actually, my school sent out my portfolio with a lot of my classmates, but I got grandfathered into projects from buddies of mine. You become friends with people, and my mentor, I actually met him online. I just messaged him and was like, "Hey, like, I'm a noob, help," like kind of like that. And he ended up becoming a buddy of mine, and he grandfathered me onto some projects. I've gotten reached out to from my portfolio on ArtStation, a lot of different ways.
Ooh, we got a kitty.
There is a kitty here. I feel it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if he comes up.
It's Apple
It's
Baby.
Apple! There he is.
Baby
For people who want
Jack.
to see the kitty? There he is. Hi,
Whoa,
Baby
dude.
Jack.
Oh, he smells Dubai.
Well, he also likes the plastic.
I'm gonna make a
Jack.
YouTube channel where I post YouTube shorts of my art. That's fun. I think that's a
Awesome.
great idea. I think content is really good. It was really good to make. Late night drawing session? Kinda.
Kind of. Baby Jack, hello there. Oh,
What are you doing, dude? Stretching or something?
no.
He's like,
He's got his happy tail wag on.
yeah, he wags his tail. He's a doggy. He's stiff like a dog, dude. You hold him, he's just like, ugh. It's like has living rigor mortis.
Living rigor mortis is
Bro.
fantastic. These streams are going with followers just from a few months ago. Love it. Awesome.
Here's Apple.
There's Apple Jack. Yo, Baby Jack.
He's a sweetheart. Uh-oh. I've
Oh.
awakened the beast again. Now he's snuggling my pen. He's so cute.
How do artists draw poses from imagination? Is it just a lot of experience with poses or active practice and memorization?
I would say both.
Both.
Like, there's also the design aspect, right? Like, you could have people who draw poses from imagination who have studied a lot of different poses and kind of intuitively are better at poses just because they try, or they've studied a lot of them. Or you could have people who like study general design and they know that like you can learn about good poses like contrapposto and counter shape and like fitting poses inside of shapes and simple and complex. Like those are general design principles that apply to anything. And you can design poses with those things in mind. And then if you have like a reference or something, it's even better. You silly, but then there's also people who just do boatloads of figure drawing and they just are so used to seeing and studying poses. There's definitely multiple ways you could do it. I'm more of like a nerd. Like I have to think about stuff. And so I like to really like kind of logically think through things. I'm not so much of an intuitive artist. I really have to think about stuff for a long time.
Generally, your muscle memory starts kicking in. There he goes.
Applejack. Oh my gosh, dude, these are... Why did we ask for a kitty in here? Okay. We love you. You love us. Bye-bye.
We love you. You love us. Wish I could render like this. I mostly use lasso tool for it's really rough and messy. I like using the lasso tool. Lasso tool's great.
Yeah, the lasso tool is great.
I'm getting too messy with this, unfortunately. I need to like dumb down my shapes. I kind of like the term dumbing it down. He's so snuggly and happy. It's hard to resist him. To get the hue change, how do you change the saturation and value and the color logic thing?
You push the bar up or you push it down. Like, honestly, most of your problems are just going to be solved through experimenting and looking at stuff. Like, look at the real world. Does it look gray or does it look really, really, really vibrant orange?
Like, I don't go like, oh, I'm going to choose this and this and that. I don't choose colors like that. I just go like, what color do I want? Oh, I want a green. I'll go a little bit warmer. Okay. Saturated? Maybe this saturated and maybe a bit darker? Okay.
Yeah. Like, do still lifes. Go out and do 10 different still lifes and try your best. Like, still lifes from direct observation in real life and do your best and go, what color is that? Okay, is it a warm version of that color or is it a cool version of that color? All right, I'm going to put it down. And then I'm going to look at my color and go, is that the color that I see in front of me? Is it? Is it not? If it's not, is it lighter or darker? Is it warmer or cooler than what I chose? Is it more or less saturated than what I chose? And then you make your second guess. We took an oil painting class last year and there were a bunch of beginners in the class as well. And that was literally what the teacher would say every time. It's like, put your first best guess down on the page. Just plop it down. And then is that what you see in front of you? It's not. Why isn't it? Is it a green? Okay, maybe, is it a warmer green? Is it a cooler green?
Do I need to put more
Is it
yellow
more blue or is it more yellow? Yeah, exactly. It's like, try that. Just one of the best ways to learn color. Just do still lifes. Try to match the color that you see in front of you. And it's hard. Like, it's going to take a bunch of tries. It's going to be like, this doesn't look right. What am I doing?
Right. Yeah.
It's just the normal journey.
It will take a lot of mental energy, but like that's normal.
Yeah. Like, learning art is hard. It's going to take energy. It's going to take effort. It's definitely.
We got another tablet question.
Huh? Oh, you do?
Yep. The current tablet that the tablet that I'm using is an iPad Pro 13-inch.
Where is it? There it is.
I think a really interesting artist is Won Bin Lee, because the majority of artwork that he posts is basically just studies of stuff like this. He will take an image and he'll like do it in his own style and like do a study.
Really stylized study.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very really lewd, cool. By the way.
Yeah.
If you follow that artist, expect a lot of voluptuous art.
Expect a lot of fan service art. But it's done very well. It is done very well.
What's the artist? Won Bin Lee. I don't know how to spell it. W-O-N-B-I-N?
Yeah, Won Bin and Lee. I think it's like that. Oops. Kind of bad handwriting, unfortunately, but I think that's what it is. Or it's either L-E-E or L-I. It's probably L-I.
I think it's Lee. I'm not sure. Or I think it's Lee. I think it's Lee, but I don't remember. I follow the artist on ArtStation, but I don't look at their stuff very often. So
I follow them on Instagram.
Instagram, huh? Maybe we should follow their Instagram with our account.
Yeah. All right, this is getting ridiculous. All these shapes getting messy. I want to clarify. Applejack has finally settled down.
Don't say his name, he'll come back over here.
Crap. What I'm doing here is I'm just implying the shadow of the ribbon so that I don't have to actually draw the actual ribbon. I can just imply the ribbon of its, I can just imply its existence. Do you guys have any advice for when it feels like you are in art burnout? What helps you to actually get drawing?
I think about my characters.
Yep. Oh, hey, Artwork Walker.
Stories and stuff like that. Hey, Art Walker, how's it going? Hope you're doing good.
I want more saturation in here. Ooh, more ruffle.
And I'll use something like a 2-minute rule. Like, I'll make myself draw for 2 minutes. I like getting classes. Like, if I don't know what to draw, I'll just be like, what class do I have?
Yeah.
And I'll go through it. Like, what class do I have? What could I learn? It's always motivational to, like, learn something new. To me, at least.
Do you have any advice on how to do layout panels to make them flow properly?
I would think it's a very logical thing. Like, where is the character looking at the last panel? Is it leading me towards something that I want the viewer to look at? Or where are there, like, pointers? I honestly think about, it's probably similar to... Now, this is just my, like, thoughts on it. I haven't done a lot of this type of art, you know, so obviously take this with...
A grain of salt.
Yeah, a grain of salt. Or maybe like a spoon of salt. I honestly think it's probably just an extension of the other pages or the other panels composition. Like, don't think about the panels as individual things so much as a holistically. Like, stand back from the page and go do all these work together.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. Like, I've done graphic design where I've had to lay out a lot of things before. Like individual compositions and also multiple things that are have like regards to each other with respect to each other. Maybe that's more accurate.
With respect to each other, I like that. Sometimes some artists just vibe it out. Like they'll be like, I want to try using, like, for instance, a very dynamic moment in a piece can be very diagonal panel. So like one large panel, because it's a very large moment for this character, here's like a secondary reaction, but it's split by this diagonal line. But you'll notice that this shape is very dynamic because there's a large space and a small space.
Are they creating more traction? Good, loving your short format videos. Oh yeah, our shorts have gotten like 1 million views over the last couple of weeks. We had a short, one of my shorts on like drawing just like some dumb little chip on rock.
I want darker red.
I guess it was just edited in a way that people liked. It was this video right here where I just draw like some chip. It blew up on Instagram. And it has like 600,000 views on Instagram. It's helped us really start our
kickstart
our Instagram, because we have not put any work into our Instagram lately, or since we started.
Yeah.
We've pretty much focused only on YouTube and TikTok, and so it's really nice to get a little short form boost from Instagram, and that's been fun. But oh my gosh, dude, shorts are stream clips, very, very easy to edit in comparison to how much value they're providing. Here's my little study.
Ooh, pretty.
I'm just trying to vibe it out, you know. Maybe I'll even come up here and be like,
oh, we got questions backed up.
do we?
Here we go. Hey, Ender Dingus.
Hey.
How many layers? How many you use layers for this?
I just made a new layer for the first time since I started adding color.
So far, just 2 layers.
3 total.
3? Okay,
but,
3 total.
It's just because I want to save my progress in case, because I want to post them separately in our Discord server. Usually, I just use 1 layer on this.
That could be a good Instagram post. Oh, I really like the rounded edges. That's
Rounded
cool.
edges of what?
Your canvas, your frame.
I love rounded edges, dude. Yeah.
Is that manga? I love your manga. Just show. I grew up with that manga. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is Legend of Princess Sakura, the manga that I was just showing earlier. I love this manga. So good.
I don't actually think I want to add another value that much. I'll send you back to Christina because she's doing a really cute study.
Thank you. I like your study too. Ooh, wait. I'm curious now. What would this look like if it was entirely blue? Look at that.
Ooh.
That's so cool. Okay, hold up.
Just for people who could do soft and hard shading like that, it's really just understanding edges. Like, edges are like, you know, if the form turns softly, it's going to be a soft edge. Like a cylinder, right? Think about it in this way. I've got a little cylinder. I've got a medium cylinder. I've got a big cylinder. This form turns sharper. So it's a little like soft. This form turns less sharp. So it's a little bit softer. Probably like that. And this form turns a lot slower. So it's probably going to be like, you know, even more like that. You could do this by hand. You don't need a smudge brush to do this. That's for sure. Right? And then each one of these, if they're casting a shadow, all these shadows are going to be hard because this is a cast shadow. And then I'll just value group my dark and my light like that. Cast shadow.
Ooh, it's a sushi roll.
You know, little mini baby cast shadow.
Little mini baby. triple threat.
And I just value group, and then maybe I'll add a second value in here, and it's like, there's that, there's that, there's that, and those are just my folds, like, and then if I have a plane, like, think about this, right? If I've got a plane, choop, 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 and it comes down, well, my light's coming in and hitting this, right? And then how soft is this? Maybe it's a little bit soft. But if I have a ball up here, say, for example, like, I don't know. It's right here. There's my ball. And it's casting a shadow. And this ball is probably going to go like...
Oh.
Maybe it'll cast a shadow like this.
So what causes that shape, that elongation?
It's going down the surface. Right? Maybe it's a little bit darker. Maybe it's like this dark. And so this would be a hard shadow. Something like that. This isn't entirely accurate. Your cast shadow. Right? See, I'm messing up this because my brush economy is getting messed up. So you just kind of have to think ahead a little bit. Because, like, if I want to carve this shape out and do it differently, now I'm screwing up this. So I'm probably going to want to actually just redo this at this stage. Or just start a new layer. Or just do this. Here, let's just go down a little bit. And let's, like... Let's try to do this in one stroke. 1, 2. That feels better, right? This is a ball, so we're gonna have this. That's just how I think about it. I'm going like, what is a hard shadow? What is a soft shadow? And I'm just making sure that I'm not breaking that. So like, you know, can come in here and soften some of these up. Like this is hard. Why? Because this is a very sharp angle change. This is soft because this is a cast shadow, but it's being cast like all the way from up here. So I'm getting a little bit of softness in between there. This is soft because it's a very slow form change. This is soft because it's ambient occlusion. This is soft, like a lot of these are kind of soft because it's cloth, and cloth has rounded edges. And I'm kind of just trying to do it in as little brush strokes as possible. I'm like one brush stroke here, one brush stroke there, one brush stroke there. I hope that helps. Why is the shadow rectangular? Of what?
Of the cylinder?
Oh, of the cylinder, because this is straight. Like, this is what the cast shadow is. Right?
And the edges are flat.
Yep.
So that's
now,
why
if the
it
light
creates-
was coming from our direction, you'd probably get a shadow that looks like this.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like a zoop. And... But this would still be straight. That edge of the shadow over there is straight because the shadow is straight. Like, if you light a cylinder from sideways, like, think about it. A cylinder from a side view looks like this. Right? It's a rectangle. So the light is just projecting this rectangle onto the ground. We're not looking at it from the light's point of view. We're looking at it from, like, you know, this. The light is looking at this cylinder from that point of view, so it gets projected as a rectangle.
I'm going to make her hair longer. But I really liked the purple tone. Maybe I'll just change the colors drastically because I feel quirky.
I'm feeling extra quirky tonight. That's why I'm using these crazy colors here.
Yeah, and it's leaching onto me, so I'm just gonna do this. I mean, I want more purple, more purple.
Chad, is this how you develop a style?
Whoa, that's cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
How do I do that? Hold up.
How do I do that? You
Now,
just
how do
did
I-
it, dude.
Okay, there we go.
Dude, what if you just made her face purple?
I mean, that could work. Hold up. What if I did this? Okay, that's better. I think.
I kind of like the other one. Like when it was
Yeah.
just purple face.
But then, like,
That's sick.
that's so cool. But like, well, then what happens with here? Because then if I color picked it over here, well, I guess that could work.
I like that face. What if you went in here and did something absolutely insane crazy? Like,
Oh.
hear me out.
Okay.
I don't know. And maybe did it in like the hair or something.
But I like the highlights being purple there.
Yeah, I do like them purple as well. You
I'll
could
have
do
to
like
think about
double
it.
highlights.
Double highlights. Let me just I really like this value shift. Not value shift, like this hue shift.
I like it too.
Looks really pretty.
Because it's really it's like a really low value range shift.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of color change, but there's not a lot of value change. I like that. Oh, quit it, Photoshop. Behave.
Let me just turn all my highlights into this tone. Mm.
You just stole my live stream. Were you gonna stream? And now you're watching. Is that what you mean? What is shadow rectangular? Okay, there was that. Do you paint all in the same layer at first? Yeah, usually. It depends if I want to protect and save or not. Christina pretty much always just paints on one layer on stream. Every once in a long while, she'll add another layer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for any specific reason other than just like
I
don't
feel
know,
like
laziness, I guess.
Yeah.
How to use layers effectively in as little as possible? I like to think about brush economy. Like, you are layering your brush strokes. For sure. Like, brush economy allows you... Because it's like oil paint, right? You can't have layers with traditional art. If you want to... we could go in, and we could take another color and we could carve out. And then you get this nice crisp edge right here with just 2 brush strokes. And you could come back here and do that. Right? Or look at this. You go this, and now you can use that same background color
backpack
to carve out. Zoop, zoop. And now look at that nice crisp shape without having to use multiple layers. Layers are very helpful, but you don't really need to use them. It's really under like the topic of brush economy. It's like layering your brush strokes, right? Like zoop, 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 zoop. Like layering your brush strokes to get the effect that you want. Think about your brush strokes as it's their own individual layers. And that's what I think about when I paint is like, what do I want to put down first? Like, what's the largest shape that I can put down? And then do I want to carve that shape with another shape or what? And that's kind of like the idea of brush economy, which is not that important.
Ooh, I want there to be like kind of like a rosier color in the shadow here. By the way, don't forget, if you want to learn the fundamentals of art and how to do stuff like what Colton and I have been doing, you can check out our anime art school. We teach the fundamentals of art from start to finish so that you can draw your characters and stories from your imagination. And a lot of good stuff like color theory, anatomy, clothing drawing and stuff. So you can go check that out there. Ooh, I think I really like the study, and I may even just post it on my Instagram because I need to put more content on my Instagram.
Do it, dude. That'd be great.
I want all this. Maybe I'll do purple highlight here too. This is my first time working with this kind of color palette because it just happened by accident.
Hey, there's a first time for everything.
Okay, let me just refine this a little bit more. Who is Mana? Mana? I don't know who that is. What's the best way to draw from life?
Just do it. Try it.
Try it.
I mean, the best is getting started. Once you do it and try it and kind of build your own little library of what you've tried, then I would probably start to look around at like optimizing.
Yeah, people optimize too early.
Usually the hardest part is getting started. It's like a trap. Like trying to find the best way to do something is a trap. Get started and then optimize later once you have like some point of reference. That's my philosophy. You don't have to do it that way. Start, then optimize. Dude, how long have there been things where you just did it wrong for so long and then you found the right way to do it, or you found a better way to do it and then you continue doing it and then you found a better way to do it? Like, you just do it, do your best while searching for better ways. And people will be like, dude, I did like this. Like, what? You did? That's crazy. It's like, man, when I got started, like, I drew for years, and I didn't even know using reference was like a thing.
Bro, really?
When I was a kid, I just drew for years and years, and I
honestly.
literally had no idea that you could even use a reference. I didn't even know it existed. It never occurred to me. And then I went the opposite direction. I did a whole bunch of like realistic copy drawings, and I did that for a while, and it was kind of fun, and then I got really bored with it. I learned so much just by watching your lives. Normal YouTube videos did nothing to me. That's great. Nothing for you. I think that calls for like a celebratory Mickey drawing. What do you think, Fox? Did you ever try the app Sketchbook? I've heard of it. I've never used it.
I'm kind of turning this into my own thing now.
Will you guys ever do Roblox Draw Me again? Maybe. Is it better to do blending by color picking or by using the smudge tool? It doesn't matter either way. I mean, let's be honest. If you're oil painting, you can, you know, you can use a blending brush. You can use your thumb. You can use a tissue, a napkin, whatever. Why don't we ever see you draw? You mean you... Did you not realize that I literally drew this thing the entire stream? You must have just showed up.
Fox says you're so greedy.
I'm greedy.
Miki for Psyche.
Making my own manga again, though? Nice.
Nice.
Is it bad? To trace art on screen only did once as a kid. As adult, I remember how to draw. Huh? Start, then optimize? Yeah, like, that's honestly such a good way.
Okay, I need to figure out the wireframe of my hair because I'm getting confused. There we go. We don't really do our critiques.
Nah, we don't critique very often. Sometimes we'll do critique streams. Okay, how do you guys learn video editing and art at the same time? We don't. I don't. The only thing I know about video editing is start in the middle of the action. You don't need a whole introduction sequence.
Yeah.
And don't let people get bored. Like, you know, don't allow people to be like, okay, you know, let's get to it already. It's kind of unavoidable on a live stream, but in videos you could just cut out everything. You can cut out anything that's not the point of the video. I'm not very good at editing, but Christine and I can sure make a heckin' viral video here and there. Mm-hmm. A lot of it has to do with like art teaching and our art stuff. Like, it's kind of carrying us, but
if you have value, then and you can deliver it relatively like quickly.
Yeah.
Take out a lot of pauses.
What do you think of this color palette? Is it kind of fun?
I think it's a very fun color palette.
Let's see how it looks in black and white. Kind of crap.
It's not crap. What are you talking about?
I'll rework the value structure a little bit.
Why are you doing this for free?
Why?
Why not?
I get free practice, dude.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want I mean, we also
if you want something paid, we got that. You know,
we got Anime Art School.
If you want something that's not free,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, I figure we can grow our channel, we can help people out, we can build a good, fun community that people enjoy. We can, you know, honestly, future people who are our students will probably end up working with down the road. That happens a lot. What do you think of Rodgon the artist? He's great. I really like him. We are actually, we've talked about it a number of times with him, but he's gonna come on our channel for an interview sometime. He's super cool, super fun, very passionate about teaching. I really like teachers like him. He's very fun, and he's super nice. He recently followed us on Instagram as well. Yay! I think he didn't know we had an Instagram, and then
followed us later.
He followed us later.
He
yeah.
Probably found a post of ours.
He's come to our chat on TikTok a number of times. We've come to his chat, and we have been planning an interview on our channel, but we just haven't gotten around to it yet. I think he did a workshop tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, a workshop, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, I love teachers who are just very passionate about teaching and drawing.
Yes.
Just love it. I hope he goes to Lightbox.
I hope so too.
Interview when? I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to DM him soon. And Christine and I, now that our spring sale is over, we were talking about finally getting
interviews set up.
Doing some of our interviews, yeah.
I really want to draw these ruffles.
Yeah, we keep all of our live streams up. It will definitely be available as a recording. You tried to Colton, I tried to ask this earlier. What are workshops at Lightbox like? A bunch of people in a room, a couple people at the front of the room doing a talk. There's usually a projector or display. It's like, I don't know, art church. I have no idea, dude. You know what I mean? Like a room full of people, a couple people at the front. They do a presentation, talk about some particular subject that they wanted to talk about, and then afterwards maybe they'll take questions in the room. Art sermon. Is it like a class or what? Kinda.
Yeah. It's like a little demo, you know. I mean, it depends on the person. Like, some people do workshops very differently.
Yeah. What are the names of your individual Instagrams? Mine is Coltimon, Coltimon. You can write them down.
Yes, I'll write them down.
So much writing on this page,
I know.
dude.
Coltimon.
And Christina's is ChrissyPoo069.
ChrissyPoo069. That's me. That's also my Roblox.
Those are our Instagrams. And our Roblox. No, mine's Miki Biki.
Yeah, yours is Miki Biki. Thanks, Hyde.
I love it. Yeah, I love helping other people learn how to draw, and it reinforces your own understanding of art. I think it's super fun. I think it's super, super fun, and I appreciate, you know, anybody who shows up and hears the yapping, because
I need to look up Yuming Lee and the way he shades hair.
Although we're not, I guess we are kind of teaching a little bit right now, but it's mostly like
just doing chilling.
Yeah.
We did a lot of lessons earlier, and then I got tired. Man, I love Yuming's cat studies. They're so goofy.
Dude, they are really good. They're funny.
Like, oh, I love this so much. That's how Applejack thinks he looks like.
Dude, I'd love to get Yuming on the channel.
Yeah.
We've had some pretty big people come by and say hi. You know, Aaron Blaze,
yes.
Croco, Rodgon comes and says hi. Anybody here in the chat on YouTube, a big famous artist who wants to come on for an interview? Or on TikTok? Not as many artists use TikTok, but anybody like a big channel or like a big time artist? Like professional, been working for a long time. Even old friends of mine. Sometimes my old friends My old schoolmates will watch stream. I still got to get Elliot on. I need to contact him. It's pretty easy to get artists on, like, because once you meet one, they know a bunch of other people. Like Alex Negrea, he knew Ate Gillian.
Really?
And so Ate came on the channel.
Oh.
They all know each other. They're all buddies. Rodgon is amazing. Oh, yeah. Great dude.
This is when I wish I had my coolerist.
Coolerist, dude, yeah. I'm spamming your DMs. Oh, no. Christina is using Procreate, yes.
Yes, I am using Procreate.
Love that stupid cat image. I agree. New to the stream and chat. Hey, Robert Sebastian, 2872. I am new to digital art. Any tips for getting a painterly style? Think in terms of lit and shadowed areas. Like painting is like the indication of light hitting something. It is the indication of like lit forms. So if you want to paint, I can throw it back to you in a second.
Yeah, no problem.
If I want to paint something, I'm really just painting light hitting stuff and light being blocked. It's not like, you know, if I want to paint a dent in this, it would be like, it'd be like that, right? Maybe a little bit less intense. It's because this is being hit by light. This is not. So, whereas in drawing, you would draw the indication of something like this, like the edge. In painting, I would be painting the indication of the planes, like the faces. Like this sort of thing. So you can get a really painterly look by just trying to do that in as few brush strokes as possible. That's what a lot of painters' goals are. You don't have to, but a lot of painters, their goal will be to achieve that in as few brush strokes as possible, designing them to be as effective as possible. It's like an exercise, kind of. Where do you guys post past live streams? On our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy. All of our streams are up. We keep them all up. A lot of good content on there.
Yep.
I've been watching you guys for days. This is the first time I thought I'd integrate. Love the dynamic. Awesome.
Integrate.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm glad that you decided to break out of your shell.
Yeah. Can I get a character design critique sometime? Fox, for you, $5,000. I'll give you a discount if you draw Miki. I'll make it $4,000.
I'm actually curious, Fox. You can ask me. I'm curious.
Very generous of you, Christina.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Come from a drawing background, but trying to paint more. The jump is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, well, to be fair, I struggled a lot when I first started painting. I was like, crap, I don't know how to do this. But then afterwards, when you learn a process, like I think I started getting better at painting when I saw how Nathan Fowkes painted.
Dude.
And I was like, oh, so that's how you paint.
You should probably message Christina
Just
about
message me, because I was the one that said yes.
New to digital art. I want to learn. I'm new to digital art, and I want to learn the anime/manga art style. Any tips? It is basically just realism with a little bit of different lighting and different heads. That's manga anime style.
Yep.
It's almost exactly the same. You're just kind of approaching it in a little bit of a different way. All your foundation classes are going to help. Perspective, lighting, object, like rendering, color theory. There is no anime perspective. There's just 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 5 point.
Yep. And we teach that in our anime art school.
Yeah. There is no anime clothing. There's just clothing drawing, right? Like pipe fold, diaper fold, zigzag fold,
Lace.
you know, lace, tension and compression. It's just a simplification, but it's all the same real stuff. So any class that you take that focuses on foundation will help you when it comes to that style as well. Nathan Fowkes,
Fowkes.
Owkes.
Yeah.
He's a painter, really good.
Really good painter.
And then I would recommend studying anime style. Like, find your favorite artist, see how they break down eyes and faces and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips for intermediate artists? Manga is static, anime is animated? Yes, absolutely. The style, though, is similar. Any tips for intermediate artists? A lot of the advice I see is for beginners, but I can't figure out how to make the jump past my stage. The issue mainly rendering. It's not bad, just boring. Intermediate is the same fundamentals in my experience. If I was taking a class by Craig Mullins, and he was talking about how it's just rigorous application of those same fundamentals. Like, if it's good enough for him to say he doesn't do anything special, it's just application of those same fundamentals that you learn as a beginner, then honestly, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
That was in his class on schoolism, if I'm not mistaken.
The basics are the same for beginners and intermediate.
Yeah. Intermediate is just you're better than a beginner at them. And
Yeah.
advanced is you're just better than intermediate at them. But you're still really doing the same thing. Yeah, Christina and I don't really teach style. Like, we'll talk about it here and there, but we're almost exclusively focused on foundation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We teach design, perspective, color theory, like the basics, style. My biggest advice would be, obviously, learn foundation and then do specific style studies. Talk to people, hire mentors. You just pick up stuff as you go along. You notice decisions. I don't particularly enjoy teaching style that much.
Yeah. It's kind of boring. I would say it's also kind of misleading, can be misleading, because style is paint on a house, and when we talk about, like, oh, here's how they imply color, but, like, people only see the detail side. They don't really see the underlying structure underneath.
Want to try living off of art, but I feel it's not even worth a try. Is it even possible? Yeah, I did it for a long time. Still do it. Although we mostly live off of, like, teaching, and we do art here and there nowadays. I mean, we do art all the time, but, like, living off of it. Yeah, I did it for a long time. There's still art jobs out there. It's very competitive. It depends on what you want to do, particularly. Like, it's not just, like, art. It's like, do you want to do commissions? Do you want to get hired to do pieces? Are you going to be a designer? Are you going to be an animator? Like, there's a lot of art jobs.
What kind of job are you going to fulfill,
I don't... Yeah. Do you have any hero anime artists? Like
peak.
Like One Punch Man, Murata.
Oh, Yusuke Murata is good.
Yusuke, he's
peak.
so good.
Thank you, Fox. I took out the nose. Yeah, I think that looks
How do you
better.
paint skin without making it look like sort of dull, like cell shaded with just two colors?
You add more values. Like, cell shade is just light and dark, like, or a light tone and a dark tone. When you want to get to more realistic stuff, you start softening edges. So, like, cell shaded has a lot of hard edges. More realistic has, like, softer edges and, more transitionary areas. So you can keep that in mind. Ooh, I know what to add, perhaps. So it's like sometimes adding another level of depth, perhaps. Yeah, that could probably help. I don't like how this hair is being blocked. Maybe I need to, like...
Hair is being blocked by what?
Like, not hair being blocked, but I don't like how this shape and this shape just feel kind of boring.
Which ones?
Like,
Those?
these shapes. I feel like I need to distribute them a little bit better. That looks a little bit better.
And as far as hero artists go, my background isn't really reading a lot of manga and watching a lot of anime. My background is concept art, so like a lot of my hero artists are honestly people in like the design industry. You know, like Craig Mullins, he's a legend, one of my big heroes. You know, Feng Zhu, like I really like his work. A great teacher, honestly. Scott Robertson, you know, a lot of the people who are kind of like trailblazers in the concept industry. John Park, James Peck, they're awesome. John Park is super, super good at painting. Just awesome work. I'm just trying to think. I really like Reno Tuna's stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of cute. Little chest window. It's kind of fun. Maybe I like the white more. I think I like the white.
I don't know if I would consider him like an art hero, but I'm really, really inspired by various teachers as well. I have huge respect for teachers who are dedicated to their craft, like Will Weston. Very, very inspired by him. I really like teaching and helping to spread education, and so I'm really, really inspired by teachers that I feel have dedicated a lot of time and effort into helping people. Ramon Hurtado's class was great. He's a very passionate teacher as well.
What brush? You can get this brush for free on our profile.
Kim Jung-gi, yeah, absolutely, dude. I have a bunch of his sketchbook collections. They're so good. Yeah, like I'm little baby infant artist compared to, you know, most of the people that I've mentioned. Like all of them, probably. Hopefully someday I'll get better.
I think your design looks nice, Fox. Let me see. I would say if you want it to be more like it flows well, you can distribute more. This is a suggestion. You can distribute more of the teal, but like in smaller shapes throughout this design, like
maybe in the shoes or something.
Yeah, like maybe the shoes, or maybe in some
on the very end of the shoe. Looks like it's
yeah,
a little bit down
a little
there.
Bit.
Like Ahmed Al-Duri had this character design tip in his class that was very similar to what Christina is saying. Like you kind of have it like 60, 30, 10. So that teal might be the 10.
Like if I were to continue this downward, I'd probably use the yellow and the teal and the alternating like white spots as an option. And maybe some of them is white, but like it's not just two-tone, but maybe like two-tone that is like these colors are pretty light, so just put them in the white diamonds, like just alternate them and see if that flows better. You know, I can even imagine some of this same pattern on these sleeves, like this same teal, yellow, teal, yellow, teal, yellow on these sleeves, and maybe a little bit of white. Because right now it's just red, white, a little bit of orange, and then for some reason there's just a lot of teal, which isn't like a bad thing. It's just if you want to flow better and have a bit more involvement, like you can try speckling it in to the rest of the design somewhere. It is very nice though. I think the design looks good. Like I was even thinking like if this is the sleeve, like why not just repeat the same pattern of this, and then maybe A little bit of yellow. And then some white towards the bottom or something. I'm not entirely sure. Let me think. Maybe some white diamonds or something. Just kind of doodling really quick. Like, I could even imagine, if you want, you could say, here's the torso, and this is the shape. And these are the white X's. You can also do something like this. Maybe it's like a darker teal. Like a smaller shape inside. That could be kind of fun. Because like right now we have a lot of medium shapes and big shapes, but not a lot of smalls yet. I don't think you would do that, but I don't know yet.
I think that works better here. I got a little bit carried away with my value range in the blanket, so now I'm kind of toning it down again.
Let's see, what else can I do with this painting? I think I can group this hair a bit more. Do we answer this question? Is there a difference between drawing on paper or digitally? Because my friend wants to improve drawing and he likes drawing fan art of Art Host Club and Andrew Beats characters, and he's a beginner. There's not that much of a difference.
I mean, it's more the technicalities of the medium. All the fundamentals are the same.
Yep.
You know, red is red, blue is blue, whether it's on a screen or a piece of paper. You're going to have different limitations because of the specific medium. I think Andrew Loomis put it really well in his book, Creative Illustration, where he talked about, you know, the technicalities of the medium, but at the end of the day, you're making visual shapes and patterns and textures and everything. What an underrated book. His Head and Hands book got really popular, and figure drawing for all it's worth, but Creative Illustration, oh, so good. So good. Not that the other ones aren't.
Ah, crap. Need a better reference of the ribbons. Thank you, Perry. Bye, Eve. Thank you so much for talking about this. You're welcome. I feel like I just had the secrets of the universe revealed to me. I'm glad, Vox. I'm glad that my advice helped.
Color. You guys inspire me to do color a lot. Awesome. Color is really fun.
It is really fun.
You're on Windows, so you can't use Procreate. What's the best alternatives? I mean, a lot of people like Clip Studio.
Yeah.
I think I'd say Clip Studio is pretty solid, you know. There's a lot of good, like Krita. Krita is free. You could use that on Windows.
Yep.
See ya, Eve. I'm new here. Nice to meet y'all. Hello, new.
Welcome.
I'm Dad. I can't resist. It has to happen at least like once a stream or once every couple streams. You do both paper art and digital. Yeah, that's awesome. Millie? I like that name, Millie.
Millie's
That's good.
cute. Millie Thompson.
Yeah.
From
Trigun.
Yep.
I was like, what is that from? I'm like, that's a name that I recognize.
Let me erase all. I need to take out all these white spots.
Millie, I love Millie. Yeah. All right. What do you think of this? This is a little bit better now.
Yes, absolutely.
There's my weird color study. There's my value set up. You see how literally nothing changed?
Mm-hmm. The
Or like
graphic.
very, very little changed.
Yeah. Applejack.
What if we got absolutely psycho insane crazy and I started adding like crap like blue or something?
Do
like,
it. I want to see it.
I'm talking like
crazy
the
blue.
point of no return.
Oh,
Like,
make sure you add a different layer.
yeah, I'm gonna try it on a different layer probably.
It would work because the shapes are correct.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, we could do like some planes hit by blue in here.
Is iPad better than tablets in digital drawing?
It don't matter.
It
It's up
doesn't
to
really
you.
matter. It's more personal preference. Toby.
Toby.
Toby. Tobiston.
Tobathaniel.
Tobathanielston.
What's he up to?
He's just, I don't know, schlepping up a green screen. Hi, Benji.
Bye-bye.
Is grayscale the best way to practice values?
It's a good way to practice values, for sure. I get very afraid of the word best because I don't think there is a best. I think there's just many different successful ways to do stuff.
And best implies that there's only one way to do something. When, honestly, there's multiple best ways. There's multiple really good ways. You guys have any tips on drawing head angles or hands?
Yes.
We do, but I don't think we're covering it right now. We do have videos on how to draw hands, and we do have head reference models that you can use for getting those really difficult head angles. It's on our TikTok shop if you're in the States. Those are great for drawing heads in different angles. We did talk a little bit about heads in different angles earlier in the stream, so if you want to go check that out, go to our YouTube channel, and you can rewind there. Should I buy Procreate? I've been using IBIS Paint since 2019.
I mean, it's not much of an investment. It's like 12, 13 bucks.
Yeah.
So even if you buy it and you don't like it, like, let's be real, it's not really much of a loss. It's more of like, now you know. It's very good though.
I like it.
Procreate's great. I don't know. There's Christina's cute study. Mine's boring. Mine's just like a dumb still life. All right.
If I buy permanent, if I buy Procreate, is it permanent? Yeah.
Yeah, you get it forever.
How do you choose your colors? Funny enough, when I did this painting here, I kind of just started out as a study. So most of my colors were very similar to this. In fact, I have a previous version of it. So this was my previous version. And then all I did was I just put in purple on top, and it kind of like changed the colors, and I just worked with it. That's all I did.
You can really mess with colors a lot.
Yeah, you
It
really
just
can.
doesn't really matter that much if your value groups and everything are kind of arranged well.
How did I want to see the time lapse replay? So I did that. This was my sketch underneath. And then I started painting it. This is a very low res, but it's just because it's a big file. And so this was like my process. And then I was like testing colors. I was like, oh, what if it was like really blue like that?
My eyes.
And then what if it was like really purple? And then afterwards I was like, I accidentally selected the color and put it in the highlights.
Happy accident.
And then I was like, oh, that actually looks really pretty. So then I just changed the whole entire painting to that color scheme. And then I just continued working on it. And I just extended it, and it started becoming my own, in a way, my own. So it's like only loosely based off of the original. Happy little accident. Mm-hmm.
It is a happy little accident. I guess I'll just call this here.
How is it so neat even though there's no visible outline? It's because the shapes are clear. I made sure to define my edges. So like, you know, the face is one clear shape. The hair is one clear shape. The ribbons are one clear shape. And what you can do is you can just like take like a blob like this. And you can just clean it up with the surrounding colors. And you just boop, 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 like that. And now you got a clean shape without using line work. I decided to take the curls out because I felt like I just felt like doing something different. I could add back the curls, but I mean maybe.
And Christina also has designed it to show you exactly where to look. Like you look at the shape on the nose, you look at the eyes, the highlights in the eyes, you got something to look at on the hair with this contrast. You've got some pretty sharp edges right here that hold you right here. Sharp ish. You know, you got some nice detail to look at in here. And you've got some nice contrast around the chin. So like look how messy this is.
Yeah.
Like if you just looked at this, it's so messy. But that's not where she's having you look. She's having you look at the face, yeah. And then there's kind of some areas around here and around there that you're looking at that hold. So you can have work that holds, that feels finished, even though it's really loose and rough.
Yeah. It's kind of pretty. You know those braids where they have like a ribbon tied to it, tied around it? It'd be kind of cool.
It's funny. Someone says I can use ChatGPT and make it way better.
That's
You're like one of those people who do your homework with ChatGPT and think you're smarter than your classmates. Can you give me any tips for cell shading the faces? I feel like when I color faces, they lack detail. Do you have a tutorial video about color theory? Not really yet. Wow, it looks talented.
Thank you.
Is this all on one layer?
Yes.
Are you? Yeah.
Yes. What if I did this?
Well, that's pretty.
Like a braid in here. Yeah, why not? I just gotta paint it out.
We're just using kind of crazy colors today.
Yeah, I kind of got it from you.
I really enjoy playing with colors a lot. I think it's super fun.
This may not end up working very well.
You don't draw a lot, but you do cosplay. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Could do this.
That's cute. What if they were like ribbons with little reflective bits on it? Like just little specs of like highlights? That could be fun. Like just like, you know.
Well, that's pretty.
You could do that.
I could do that.
Fun. There's so many right ways to do it. That's cute.
And then I want the hair to kind of like flow out a little bit.
For some reason in my mind, she would be like holding, she'd have her hands like this, and she'd be like holding like a little paper crane or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
that'd be cute. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Well, I mean, I can. It's just gotta draw a sketch over it.
You'd probably want to make a new layer.
It is on a new layer.
Okay.
Okay, paper
I don't know.
crane.
It was just a thought. Like, what if her hands were kind of coming up holding something?
Okay.
I don't know. Toby, is that you? He's like, I've been spotted.
Like that.
Give a propeller hat and a big popsicle. Too late. It's my popsicle. That's my popsicle. Speaking of popsicle, dude.
Old lollipop.
What?
It's an old lollipop.
Nah.
So notice that when I'm drawing like the hand, not that this is correct, like correctly drawn hand, but I'm following the same logic with the face. So like this face is this color, but the top side that's lit is going to be this purplish color, and I'm just mimicking that in here.
ASMR crunchies.
Have to think about it.
Someone followed you when previewing your live.
I've seen that.
That's cool.
Hey.
Hey.
We'll go back there. Come on back. Applejack!
Toby.
What if I did this? Oh, it's kind of cute. Okay, hold up. Maybe. Toby Taco? Yeah, we'll do that. And I add a little bit of this form right in here. That's more like it. Now that feels more like a tube.
What? Were you playing with Poppy? Is that what it was? You go have the zoomies right now? He wants to run, dude. He wants to run around.
His Tobies are so squishy.
They are so squishy. He was in the middle of combat, Poppy combat training.
Procreate has this tool where you can fill like a color. I'll just use red as a jarring example. How I changed this color, it was originally this, but then I accidentally did this.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool though.
That's crazy, dude.
I did that, and that's what Procreate does. It's kind of cool. It blends all the colors and affects it.
I don't even know what that
I don't even know what that is.
Like, what? It's above my pay grade, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I want there to be the pearl earrings or of some sort. I don't know. Wait, I need to do this on a different layer. Hold up. I might be kind
Art Walker invites you to co-host.
Ooh.
Ooh, we need to do that sometime. But probably not on this stream, but we'll have to do that on sometime.
It's kind of flashy.
Since we're on YouTube, we'll have to do a TikTok only one, because if we co-host with Art Walker, only TikTok will see it, and it'll be confusing for YouTube.
Yeah.
But that would be awesome. I'd love to
really
stream with
cool.
Art Walker sometime.
Okay, I'm gonna look up.
Ooh, maybe we'll do that.
Sparkle aesthetic. So
I've
this,
never I've never done that before.
Sparkle aesthetic portrait. Guess that's kind of close, kind of hazy.
We should probably head off soon. It's getting kind of late.
It is getting kind of late. Yeah, I want to add like some kind of sparkle effect, like the 80s sparkle effect, but I don't really know how to. I need to like look up some extra reference. That is a good hint because I can look it up. Yeah, it is getting late, isn't it? It is kind of fun.
10:30. It was a really fun stream though. Like we'll definitely be back tomorrow because it's gonna be Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
For us, it's almost 10:30 at night. Let me on live as a guest, Fox. You wouldn't. You would never do that. We'll do a draw me through stream, and we'll have you stream in front of 1,000 people. Do a draw me. Do it. You won't.
I need to do this on a separate layer.
How do you do that with CSP? I have no idea. I don't use CSP. Do you? I'll do it. Hold up. No, you won't. Get real. You won't do it.
I don't think it needs sparkles, to be honest.
Sparkles.
I would add them to be fancy, but I just don't really know.
Should I color the background first so that I can identify the color of the subject?
I started that way.
If you don't, you should definitely consider the background because it's going to affect the ambient stuff.
Yeah, I'm not adding sparkles. I would have to design a whole thing about that, so I'm just going to leave it here. I took your tips on drawing comfy rooms and it helped a lot. Oh, I remember that question.
Comfy rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where we showed Abby's?
Yeah, show Abby's
room.
thingum. By the way, don't forget, chat, if you want to learn the fundamentals from start to finish so you can do stuff like this or do really awesome paintings and stuff from your imagination, you can check out our anime art school.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we teach
it is a big fundamental school. It's a year-long. It is self-paced. And it goes through a bunch of stuff like figure drawing, perspective, clothing and costume drawing. You know, you'll learn about tension, compression, the 7 basic folds, the 5 value system. 1, 2, 3 point perspective, drawing objects at different angles, rotating things, proportional measuring, all that kind of stuff. Backgrounds, painting, color theory. It's huge. It's a really, really big program.
Really big program.
Yeah, you can check it out on our site, drawanime.com.
Yep, take a
It's going to be the
screenshot.
yellow button.
Yep. What do you call this type of art style? I love it. Me.
Me.
I don't know. It's anime painting, I guess.
Me.
I just painted.
Let me in. Let you in what? I need to do more studies and stuff. Stream? I don't see nothing, dude. Oh, there it is. It says accept. No way, dude. I ain't having you trash our stream. I'm kidding. I don't know what would happen. We'll have to do a secret stream.
Drawanime.com. Drawanimeacademy.com. Do people also go through that link as well?
Yes.
Drawanimeacademy.com.
Yeah, you can go to drawanimeacademy.com.
Yep.
We own both domains. Drawanime.com is a domain that we bought later because it was super expensive. Don't ask. And it's a redirect to our other site.
Yeah.
I haven't hooked up the new domain yet, but we own both. So drawanime.com and drawanimeacademy.com are both, they both go to us.
Here's
Why was someone asking?
Yeah, someone asked.
Where? What chat?
TikTok. I'm gonna liquefy this a bit.
They both go to us, yeah.
Wrong layer. Yeah, it's needed to be pushed in.
Wonder if people are chatting about us online at all. Let's see. What happens if we
Searched ourselves up?
search for us? Yeah. Chat? Anything? Are people trash talking us online? Do we need to go fight them?
Is there a reference? Yep. Well, it's blocked now, but this was the reference. And then I turned it into my own. So this is the before and after. Not before and after. The comparison.
So you can stream Bed Wars? It's funny.
I think I'll take out these little sparkle bits. This stuff back. Don't need it. Now the real question is, should I add a little ribbon at the bottom? Or should I go something like this?
Do you have any tips to stop copying directly from references, like stop heavy referencing? Honestly, it's going to be a foundational thing. Like, if you want to be able to draw more from imagination, focus on understanding what you're drawing rather than just straight up copying shapes.
Yeah.
So, like,
try to reverse engineer it.
Yeah, like, learn how to reverse engineer. It would really be foundation, your perspective and dimensional drawing, your lighting and rendering, color theory. And then you can kind of decide how much you want to use a reference, or you can relight a reference because you understand how to break things down into simple planes and then draw it from a different angle or whatever. Like, one good exercise is, let me go get it. Oh, what was it?
That's kind of cute.
Oh my gosh, dude, it was the last one, of course. Like, for example, this, right? I had a reference of some girl sitting and drinking a cup out of a cup, and I tried to break it down into simple forms and draw it from a bunch of different angles. So I had one reference, and then I drew it from a whole bunch of angles, like this. Break things down into simple forms, try to rotate them. This is like basic perspective stuff, right? And it's the same thing with like someone laying down. This will help you build your ability to draw in 3D. And then, you know, once you can do that, you can draw the same thing from different angles, and you can turn it into characters, right? Study some clothing drawing, study some design, like that sort of thing. That's one way. Like, you know, learn foundation so you can modify.
That's exactly how I thought of it with this study. This started out as a study, and this was like the original drawing, and then you like modify and turn into your own.
Yeah.
I really like this. This is really pretty. Anyways, I can head off whenever you want.
I'm been ready.
Okay. All right.
I'm hungry.
Hungry. Okay.
Oh. All right.
I pulled a U.
A what?
A U when you were working on the Miki and Miko, and I was ready to head off, but you were like, just add a little bit more. That's revenge, you know.
I don't care, honestly. We could stay on longer, but
It's fine.
I want to do stuff.
Yeah. Same.
Anyways, we will be live tomorrow. We've been live for almost 4 hours. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and hanging out. It was really fun. We did some fun stuff on stream today. Don't forget, you can check out Anime Art School if you want to learn the fundamentals, so you can draw, so you can get better at drawing things from imagination.
And draw really awesome stuff.
Yeah, eventually make your own maybe comic or webcomic or something. You know,
Yeah.
got to learn those fundamentals, perspective, anatomy, figure drawing. But other than that, that's from the classes.
Yeah, these are from the classes.
Those are like finals.
But anyways, just thought I'd show a bit of work from there.
Yep. Showing the work is good. Always good. I always forget to do that.
Yep, same.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We are definitely gonna be live tomorrow, so because it's one of our regular stream days, anyways. And
You're
let's
welcome,
think.
Fox.
Anything else?
Not really.
Not really. You know, we got challenges. Don't forget, we also have a Discord server.
Yes.
You can join it on the link key on our profile or right here. Yup. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. I need to go to sounds. There we go. Sing it, chat.
We sing at the same time.
We just felt it. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We will see you tomorrow. Only real fans will be here tomorrow. Bye-bye. See ya, TikTok. And
Bye.
bye-bye, YouTube. Talk to you later.
Talk to y'all later.